You're looking at Cincinnati, Ohio. One of the biggest high school football games in the entire nation will happen in the Queen City tonight. We'll have big games all over the area tonight, and we'll bring it all to you live. It's Friday Football Live here from the studios at Northern Kentucky University's Griffin Hall. We've got some fantastic matchups for you tonight. Elder is against Moeller, Mount Healthy and Harrison, Middletown and Colerain, and Deer Park is at Marymount. We bring you live cut-ins from all those games tonight. We have reporters out in the field covering games in Southeast Indiana and Northern Kentucky. And we have reporters in the studio who will be giving you updates of games just outside of our coverage area. Let's start with the games going on in the Commonwealth tonight. Haven Wolf will have an update on what's going on tonight in Northern Kentucky.
All right, thanks, Matt. The game that we want to keep a close eye on tonight is the matchup between Highlands and Connor. Highlands quarterback has over 1,100 passing yards this season, as well as 12 touchdowns. While this offense may be on point, Highlands' defense is not as strong, having allowed over 40 points scored in 3 different games. Still, though, things might play out in Highlands' favor as Connor does not have an explosive defense. They rush about 140 yards each game, but have only put up more than 20 points on the board one game this season. I'll also be bringing you updates on games in Northern Kentucky like Beechwood versus Dixie Heights, Covington Catholic versus Boone County, and Cooper versus Madison. Now let's check in with Justice White to see what's happening in Southeast Indiana.
Thanks, Haven. The Lawrenceburg Tigers host Rushville in a home conference game. The Tigers are looking to advance their record to 6-1 on the season. After beating the undefeated Knights, the East Central Trojans will travel to Connorsville for a conference game of their own. Speaking of the Knights, they will travel to Franklin County to take on the Wildcats. Lastly, the Madison Cubs are crossing the bridge to take on the Cooper Jaguars in Union, Kentucky. I'll be out here to update you through these games throughout the night, but for now, we will head to the Tri-State Media Center.
Thanks, Justice. I'm here in the Tri-State Media Center, and I'll be covering the games outside the greater Cincinnati area. First, in Indiana, the top team in the state, Brownsburg, is on the road to take on Zionsville. Then, undefeated Oak Hill is at home to play Alexandria Monroe in a Central Indiana Conference game. Both teams are looking to keep it going after impressive shutout wins last week. Then in Ohio, Springfield is at home against Springboro in a Greater Western Conference game. Also, St. Vincent St. Mary is on the road to take on Ursuline. And then one game to keep an eye on tomorrow night is a top 10 Ohio clash between St. Ignatius and St. Edwards. That should be a fun game. And then tonight in Kentucky, out of Louisville, Male is on the road to take on Roncalli. And then finally, West Jessamine is at home to battle Woodford County, who was undefeated and is looking to keep their impressive season rolling after the bye week last week. Now let's get it back to Matt in the Command Center to get your Football Friday started.
Thanks, Alex. Alex will be giving us updates throughout the night on games just outside of our coverage area. I'm Matt Sexton here in the Command Center. So glad you've joined us for week number 7 of high school football here on Friday Football Live. We've got some huge matchups going on. Playoff points are starting to become an issue as we start rolling toward the end of the regular season, and conference championships will be decided over the next couple weeks, and you'll have all the action right here on Friday Football Live. Let's get you out to our first live action of the night tonight here on Friday Football Live.
At the middle of the field and marking it about a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 here for the Panthers. So this is critical. If they can force Moeller here to nothing, then they're going to have to make a decision in the middle. If Moeller can get a short gain, I think they can easily pick it up with their speed on the outside.
3rd and 3 from the 46 to pitch to Marshall. He gets to the 45 to the 42 of the Elder Panthers, and that's a first down. Samari Freeman got him, but not before the Crusaders get the first down.
Yeah, Mormon got there first, but Mormon kind of went way too low on Marshall. Marshall able to use just his a little bit of his strength there at 5'11", 200 pounds. He's able to just go over and pick up that extra
First and 10 at the 42 of Elder now. 2 wide receivers to the left for Moeller, 2 to the right. Empty backfield is Luke Dunn. He rolls to his right, looking to throw. It's complete at the 37 of Elder, and that was Ryan Meshley on the catch for the Crusaders.
With Henry Summers over there on the far side making the tackle, and it's got to be one of those things. That was a great job by coming up on Meshley to not allow him to get any yards after catch. So that's another big key for the Panthers. But right now, Moeller's moving the ball down the field. It's nothing flashy, it's nothing huge, but they're getting significant gains that are allowing them to stay alive.
They set up on this, they go to the complete to the 40, and not much there. That's a screen that didn't really take effect right around the 38-yard line, and right back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down coming up for the Crusaders, and about 6 yards to go, 7:40 to go. Kelsey Chevrolet is your West Side full-service Chevy dealership. So proud, and they're proud to support Elder Sports on the radio. Now, Kelsey Chevrolet, lifetime powertrain protection. See Walt Kelsey or Paul Cluxton at Kelsey Chevrolet at Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, or KelseyChev.com. 3rd and 6 for the Crusaders at the Elder 38. 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Luke Dunn. He steps to throw. It's complete out to about the 35-yard line. That was Jacob Gearhart, but it will be short of a first down.
Yeah, Moorman goes ahead and makes a tackle on that play. But now Moeller's got a decision to make here on 4th and short, and they're going to get to the line quickly and see what they do.
4th and 2 at the 34. Pitch to Marshall. Marshall's going to get, hold on. I think we had a timeout before that. So right there we had a timeout, but it'll be a 4th down play coming up. Just a 2-hour drive away is the beautiful Kentucky Red River Gorge. And visit Red River Gorge Cabin Rentals to plan your perfect getaway. Red River Gorge Cabin Rentals has almost every imaginable accommodations, cabins, campgrounds, a resort lodge, and much more. Visit RedRiverGorgeCabinRentals.com. They tried to run that play quick, Phil, and had to call a timeout.
Yeah, really just trying to catch Elder off guard. Had Marshall in the backfield, was just going to be a nice pitch from Dunn to Marshall, and just let him get that for the Moeller Crusaders. Now, as I'm looking out the window, since we're up super high, one of the problems here with everybody coming down Jefferson and then turning onto campus and coming into the 2 garages, Calhoun, Varsity Village, and CCM, they're just a big line.
Yeah.
So there's still people coming into this football game. The gates are still packed, so you still got a crowd coming in, and there's already a great crowd here.
4th and 2 at the 34-yard line. It's Dunn, shotgun. He's got Marshall to his left, to the left side, setting up, rolling left, and throwing to the left. It is complete to the 28-yard line, and that is a first down for Moeller, and it's Ryan Meshley with the catch for the Crusaders. He continues to, and they continue to do the screens really well.
Yeah, Ryan Meshley did a great job there, just running his route, just in solo coverage and able to get open. Really impressed by the space that he was able to get, and done just the patience to get the ball out there. That's a big 4th down pickup, because that would have put them immediately getting out of the ball, but they keep their line rolling.
1st and 10 from the 28. They go in motion. They give the left side. It's going to be Weeder this time, and Weeder gets to about the 26-yard line. A gain of a couple with 6:55 to go. Portions of tonight's game, Elder game, is sponsored by financial advisors Adam Schuster, Ted Lucian, Matthew Smith, and Jacob Lindsay of the Lucian Schuster Smith team at Morgan Stanley in Cincinnati, offering wealth management courses. And of course, Adam Schuster, certified financial planner, is setting up a 513-562-8304. It's a 2nd and 6 from the 25, and now rolling is done. And now the give, it's going to be again, it's this number 2, Ryan Meshley inside the 10 to the 5, and he's in for a touchdown, but there's a flag down right at the 10-yard line. 25 yards on the touchdown, but I think there's a flag down right around the 9-yard, 11-yard line.
Holding call on that one. So this one's coming back. There was a lot of commotion in the middle of the field where the block was real big, the spring Meshley, and basically it was one of those plays where, it was close. I thought it was kind of clean. They looked like they got some good blocking there, but now they bring it back a 2nd and 6, so they're going to get this opportunity to go at it again. And really, right now, Elder hasn't stopped Moeller. They've contained them from huge plays, but they haven't been able to stop them. That was probably the first big play we saw.
They're going to mark it 2nd down and 4. The ball spotted right around the 22-yard line. 2 wide receivers off to the left and 1 to the right side. They go in motion with Meshley. Shotgun for Dunn. Dunn steps up, rolls it to his left. He looks to throw to the left. It's complete to Bryant. Bryant gets to the 20 and trying to get a little extra, got to the 19-yard line. But that is about it as Josh Dugan got a hand on him.
Yeah, Zach Gutekunst got there first and wrapped him up, but was trying to drive past him instead of
and they set up now with his second down going in. It's Jordan Marshall, and Marshall gets to the 20-yard line, down to the 15, and they'll see where they finally mark it, but that's a first down for the Moeller Crusaders.
Yeah, Liam McKenna just kind of hopped on that dive and just kind of rode him down for that pickup on a first down. So Moeller still really commanding it. And we're sitting here we're almost at the 5:30 mark here in the first quarter. I mean, Moeller is just methodically working this clock.
They are, as you mentioned, 5:40 left in the first quarter, no score. Third, they set up a 1st and 10 at the 15, 3 wide to the right. Shotgun for Dunn. They give to Marshall. Marshall inside the 10. He's down to about the 6, maybe the 5-yard line. A gain of 10, and that's going to be a 1st and goal coming up.
Yeah, Maddox Arnold gets to him first, or gets his hands on him, and then Moeller again. And like what they see, they're going quick.
They're going quick again with Dunn now with the 1st and goal to the right to Marshall. Marshall inside the 5, and Marshall goes and into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Moeller Crusaders strike first at the 5:11 mark of this quarter. At 5:11 to go, and Marshall gets it 6-0 pending the extra point for the Crusaders.
And that's that pitch out to the right they've run several times as they try to go quick and just let Marshall just go to work, let that offensive line kind of open up the holes over there on the right side. Elder really wasn't able to get to him until almost the goal line. So the Panther defense been out on the field for quite some time in this quarter, and it's going to be something, they'll go over to the sidelines and talk a little bit about what they can do. Moeller did a really good job of spreading Elder out and not allowing them to be all over the field.
Left-footed kicker is up with the extra point, and this one is good. So 5:11 to go in the opening quarter. It's Moeller 7 and Elder nothing. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
To start the game, you could not ask for a better start here. 7 points on the board and down to the 10-yard line on a fumble. Like we said, for limiting turnovers, this can go both ways.
Yeah.
The Wildcats have a turnover on their first possession.
Well, I wanted to talk about that pregame, and then we got into kickoff so fast, but we talked about Dorston not turning it over. When you run an offense that's strictly rushing, people are like, oh, you just got to you can't put the football on the ground. It's that simple. But pitching it, handing off these option plays, so much more can go wrong than the average viewer expects.
Yeah. It's so dangerous. Let's watch film all week. They know what's coming. It's 6 games through the year. They've run this all year. So the Warriors look like they have this offense pretty much. Looks like they did great on the first drive. I'm not going to say they haven't covered up, but that was a great first drive for the Warriors.
So I did not see the late hit. What?
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure who it was on the Deer Park Wildcats.
It was Luckett, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was Luckett. He ripped down Stewart from the shoulder pads about 3 or 4 yards after Stewart was pushed out of bounds.
Okay.
One of the most clear late hits I've ever seen in football. I don't know what he was trying to get out there, but maybe just make a point.
Well, he got the Warriors half the distance closer to the goal line, as instead of about, I think it was the 13, they're going to start at the 7.
Yeah, great field position for the Warriors here.
Duckwall to Dorston's left. Looking for his 4th touchdown of his high school career, the freshman. And then top of your screen, Davis Whitmore. He's seen the end zone a couple times. They're going to hand this one off to Duckwall. Oh, very nice play made by Isaiah Alford. Only a sophomore taking down the youngster Duckwall after, looks like just stuffed him at the line of scrimmage.
See if the Warriors continue to run here, Luke.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a jumbo set in, bringing in 34 Owen Metz. They bring him and Morgan in and put them in as extra blockers when they get in tight. I wouldn't be surprised if they use him in the pass game. Mark Morgan is now the Warriors' 2nd leading receiver behind Stewart. They're going to keep it on the ground again. Duckwall makes one miss, and then he stood up at about the 6-yard line. The Wildcats defense has shown up on goal to go.
Cameron Gilrith in there again for the tackle. He makes a lot of plays, and I believe he's the lead tackler for this Deer Park defense.
Yeah, also Jacob Montgomery. Look out for him. He's always involved on the line, off the line. He's kind of a smaller guy to play defensive tackle, so that he kind of moves around a little bit. Linebacker, defensive tackle, can play the edge. Warriors have 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Third down, they roll Dorston out. He's going back of the end zone. Stewart, and this one's overthrown. Brings up 4th and goal from the 7.
Of course, the Warriors are going to go for this with the lack of a conventional kicker, Luke.
Oh, are they? They're bringing out number 4, Connor Jackson. I mean, he's done a heck of a job, man. They just asked him to kick. He's made a few extra points. And this is pretty much an extra point. It's a few yards deeper.
See if this pays off for Coach Leon.
Stewart's running on the field as with his shoulder pads flapping because of the late hit. I think that ripped his jersey off. Now they're going to send Timmy off the field because the jersey isn't covering the pads, and bring on a new man to block for the kick. That's Finn Warden. Very physical sophomore. All right, Jackson trying to make it a 10-0 lead. It is good. Connor Jackson 2 for 2 on the night, and the Warriors take a 10-0 lead with 6:29 to go in the first quarter. So not what they were expecting, getting the ball at the 7-yard line.
Getting closer to 10-yard line, sitting at the 12, but this is the time here. This is a big third down. So we talked about that with Moeller. They had multiple third down conversions. This is a huge one here because this is going to be the difference between whether or not you bring out LeMasters and go get 3 or you take another shot.
Setting up a 3rd down and 3. The ball spotted at the Moeller 12. One wide receiver to the right. Shotgun, it's going to be Schuster keeping it. Schuster inside the 10, and he's got the first down to the 8-yard line, down to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal for the Elder Panthers coming up.
And as Matthew Saliga came in and got the tackle for the Crusaders, was the only guy to come up and make that tackle. Everybody else on Elder had on a hat on their blocking assignments on the left side. He was the only one that was able to get free, and he's coming from the safety position to make that play. So, Len, like you said, you got 1st and goal for the Panthers.
2:45 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Moeller, but Elder is on the door. They got a doorstep. They got a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. One wide receiver to the right, one to the left. Jordan Ray goes in motion. They give to Flowers up the middle. Flowers is going to be hit, and he's going to be hit in the backfield right around the 8-yard line. Nothing doing as Moeller does a good job of getting to him that time, and looked like it was Lamont Cox who got the first hit on him.
Yeah, Flowers was trying to get to the outside, to the right side of that offensive line, and he's trying to bump outside, and there was a nice lane for him, but Moeller, and I didn't catch the number of the lineman, he was able to get Elder's lineman and just shove him right back into Flowers' path, and it made him stumble, and the rest of the blue jerseys were able to close.
2nd down and goal, now spotted at the 9-yard line after the loss. It'll be Schuster in the backfield. They go Morcott and Reeb in motion to the left. Empty backfield. Schuster moves to the left, looking for a block, and he's going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line by number 15, Jawit Hayes, making the tackle.
Trying to run it out to the left, catch Moeller napping a little bit, and they were not. They did a good job of coming out and playing assignment football, and then a big play out there on the outside by Hayes coming out and just doing a great job. Jawet Hayes, 6'4", 205-pound junior, getting out there on the end. And again, you get those 6'4" guys, just like Elder does on their line. You get those long arms. They're hard. If you don't get to them first, they're going to get in your pads, and you can't get them on the corner.
3rd and goal, all the way back to the 13. They've lost 6. And now setting up a shotgun. It's going to be Schuster back at his 20. Rolling to his right, looking for help. Goes to the left side. Now throws it up into the end zone. He's got a man open, and it's caught. But I don't know. Did he get in? It's Carson Brown. And
touchdown.
It's a touchdown. Elder Panther touchdown. What a catch by Brown. I couldn't believe he actually stayed in bounds.
As a tip ball, and then he went and made a play, and then the 2 officials, the one on the sideline and the back judge, just looked at each other, waiting for somebody to signal, and the guy on the sideline threw him up. Touchdown Panthers. Schuster actually had Ben Collins wide open in the middle of the end zone, but because he was scrambling, he couldn't find him, and then he threw it to that corner. So Masters comes out here to tie this football game up.
LeMaster set with Audenried to hold this with 1:07 to go. And the hold is down, the kick is up, and this one is good. So with 1:07 left in quarter number 1, we're all tied up 7-7 at the University of Cincinnati. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Your body, obviously, to stop the run.
I talked to Owen today, actually, and he said he's going to get a lot of snaps tonight. They want that bigger body at Warrior is the position they call it.
Okay.
It's sort of a middle linebacker that can drop back into coverage, but his main focus tonight is going to be stopping that triple option. He said that's what he's been focused on all week, and he's ready to take on that challenge tonight.
Yeah, another defensive change is number 2 at the corner spot, Dreyon Barton. He hasn't got too much playing time this year, but he is starting tonight. Has been in every single defensive snap. Here's Luckett, bigger back up the middle. Oh, runs over Timmy Stewart, finally dragged down by Ryan Glassmeyer. That's a big pickup and first down.
Denson with a big run on that play, Luke.
Just outside the 10.
Yeah, Jay shot.
Looks like the run's faring a bit better on this drive for the Wildcats.
I mean, you don't have to throw it if you run for that many yards per carry. They're moving the ball. It was Jensen to start with a 5-yard pickup, then Luckett getting the edge for about 20. And just like that, the Wildcats look to strike at the Warriors' 12-yard line. Parsons checking the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's the option play. He's going to hold on to it. Pitches it outside. Touchdown, Wildcats. That's Brandon Anderson, the senior. And that cuts the deficit to just 4 points with the extra point still to come. Very impressive comeback drive led by Parsons and this Wildcats offense.
Great drive there. Honestly, I was confused myself. I thought the ball went to Denson, but, you know, that's one of the things about the triple option. You know, it confused the Marymount defense. It confused me, and into the end zone goes the Wildcats.
Yeah, they faked the run to Denson, who was their first back. Then Parsons rolled out, had Anderson to his right, and was just waiting for someone to pick him up. Just pitched it to Anderson, and touchdown Wildcats. Let's see if they can cut it to a 3-point game. Some laundry flies before the kick, which was no good. It's going to back him up 5 more yards. So the kick was short, and now he's got to kick at 5 more yards. I wonder if they'll even attempt it.
You know, Luke, the triple option offense looks very simple when you see it ran perfectly, but it looks hard to run when you see a fumble. But
right, I actually love that take because there's so many moving parts to it to make it work, to where it's not just running the ball every single snap. There's options. You have to know when to pitch it. So Parsons, he might not fill up the stat sheet as a good quarterback, but this dude's managing the game, and he's also putting his body on the line a lot because he has to wait to the last second to pitch the football, and he's getting killed. And then it's out, and just like that, you're not looking at him anymore because the Wildcats scored a touchdown.
I mean, it's fair game to hit Parsons after he pitches that football. So, I mean, you cannot underestimate the impact he has for this team. Like you said, he doesn't fill up the stat sheet, goes for about 40 passing yards a night. But the plays and the mind games that he has to play with himself and the decisions he makes are what make this football team work and run.
Yeah, just 2 wins on the year for the Wildcats. It's a pretty evenly matched game, though, Jackson.
Yeah, showing that through the first quarter.
Every game in the league always comes tough, it seems like, outside of Wyoming.
Outside of Wyoming, CHL is a league up for grabs.
And this extra point is missed. I didn't see it. Looked like someone might have tipped it. I'll credit it to my buddy Mark Morgan because he's running off, shaking his arms and head, acting like he tips it. So maybe he did, but...
Dunn's going to give it out to Weeder. Weeder across the 40, 45, 50, and he's in the territory. He's going to go all the way. 30, 25, 10, 15, and we're going the reverse way, but that's a touchdown of 67 yards.
Yeah, big play, just big hole up the middle. And Elder wasn't able to break free. Two guys actually kind of ran into each other in the middle of the field. The guys were the last hope to make the tackle, and then he was gone. So just like that, Panthers tied up, and Moeller immediately answers. So big play by the Moeller Crusaders. And again, that was Alec Weeder, a 5'9", 165-pound senior running back coming in, and he's also the holder on this play.
30 seconds to go in the quarter. 13-7 Moeller looking to add the extra point after that 67-yard touchdown run, the two-play 80-yard drive, and the kick off the left foot, and that is up, and it's good. So we'll take a timeout. We're 14-7 Moeller, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Both teams look like they're opting for the squib kick tonight. We've seen that out of Marymount twice already, so they're trying to prevent what looks like big returns from happening and just keeping it in between the lines here, you know?
Yeah. I know that was one thing that bit the Warriors quite a few times last year was special teams.
Here you see the beautiful sunset at Crucial Stadium.
Yeah, this is, some people like to say, we always debate about this. What is football weather? I consider this football weather because the guys aren't overheating like they do in kind of the start of the football season when it's still summer. But it's like cool. You don't have to wear. It's kind of just like a hoodie, shorts, pants. You can wear whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable in. And Duckwell looks pretty comfortable as he has some room picking up just 2 yards there on the sweep play.
You know, Luke, what I like to say is fall weather is football weather. When it drops below about 75, you start getting cool, light winds. I mean, it's great. You can see some players wearing long undershirts tonight. You're usually not going to see that in the first couple games of the year.
Yeah.
And it's great to see.
And I think it's better for them, too, because a lot of these guys, if not all of them, are playing both ways of the ball, offense and defense. So they get gas. It's kind of dangerous when it's like 95 out. They're going to hand it to Duckwall again. Makes a man miss. And he just keeps on pushing. This guy's legs never stop churning. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. And these are situations that David Dorston loves to be in. Actually, they're going to move the chains.
Yeah, Max Duckwall, only 5'8", 160 pounds, but he runs like a much bigger man when he gets that football.
Yeah, he's a star in the making for the Warriors.
Looks like it.
Dorston gives it to Duckwall again. He's brought down and tripped up by Cameron.
The pocket collapsed, and Schuster is down at the 45.
Yeah, Justin Ray ran a little bit of about a 10-yard out from the right side of the line, and Carson Brown and Ben Collins were running the long routes down the field. It almost looked like Schuster had an opportunity to maybe step up a second sooner, and he could have run that football, but the pocket closed so fast in the middle on him, he wasn't able to get there, so significant loss on first down.
2nd down and 17 now spotted at the 45 of now right back and setting up going the other way. From right to left they go. This time we're looking at Schuster, throws, and he's got the man is complete. It's going to be Ottenreeb, 50, 45, and he's back to around the 43-yard line of Moeller that time. So Luke Ottenreeb did a good job getting some yardage back.
Yeah, Luke Ottenreeb able to get down the field. Hobbs makes a tackle for the Moeller Crusaders on the sideline right in front of the Moeller bench. But Elder now looking at a much more manageable 3rd down. They're going to mark it 3rd and 4. It looks a little bit longer up here because it's kind of at the far side of that. But I think the Panthers, this is something, as they cross the 50, this is a big 3rd down after that huge 67-yard touchdown run by the Crusaders just before.
3rd and 4 at the 43, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Schuster Steps back at the Bearcat logo right at midfield. Now looking to throw to the right, and he throws. It is complete at the 35. It's Justin Ray right around the 32. He steps out of bounds, and that is a first down for the Elder Panthers with Justin Ray getting in the action.
Yeah, and Justin Ray, McNulty, pushed him out of bounds, but he was nowhere near him on that catch. I mean, Ray kind of ran towards the sideline and then stepped out. So that was a big play. He got lost. I don't know how you lose 84, on your scouting report like that in the backfield. But Panthers, Ben Schuster, great time by the offensive line, so Elder's back in it.
They mark it at the 31. It's a 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Moeller 31. 2 wide receivers to the left. Schuster back at his 36-yard line. He has Luke Flowers to his right. The give to Flowers inside the 30 to around the 28-yard line, a gain of 3. The Underground Sports Shop provides the Prep Sports Radio Network with our great-looking shirts, jackets, and pullovers and hats. And they can make your business organization look professional as well. The Underground Sports Shop and owner Sean Mason supports this broadcast and Elder football at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop. 2nd down and 8. The ball spotted at the 28-yard line for the Elder Panthers. 14-7 Moeller, 9:55 to go here in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers to the right and now 2 to the left. Schuster back at his 35-yard line in the shotgun. Now he gets the snap, steps back a little bit, looks, gets the pressure, throws to the right side to Brown again, and Brown can't get that one. That time he had position, but he couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, trying to throw that ball over the top. What I was more impressed by watching on the offense line was Jacob Schorsch. Did a great job of working his guy out, and getting him so that Schuster could step up and make that play. Mark Ottenreed was your only sole protector in there, and he didn't really have to hit a body because the line did a great job protecting.
3rd down and 8. The ball spotted at the 29-yard line of Moeller. The Panthers down 14-7. 9:41 to go here in the second quarter. It's the second time the Panthers have had the football. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Shotgun set up. It's Schuster in the empty backfield. He does have Ottenreeb to the left side of him, looking to block. And now we're going to get a flag down. Looks like they took too much time. So a delay of game on this one here. Your health has always been a top priority to our partners at Mercy Health. Lucky for our student athletes, they don't have to go far to see that in action. Athletic trainer Jeffrey Fitz is always close by to help provide professionalized and personalized care for our Panthers. And team physician Dr. Matt Bosom, just a phone call away for all your sports medicine needs. Thank you for all you do to keep our Panther student athletes healthy. Mercy Health is a proud sponsor of high school sports. 3rd down and 8 for the 3rd and 13 after the penalty at the 34. 2 wide right, 2 wide left. Looking for Justin Ray to the left side. He's got him open, and Ray is he just a little bit outside, just off the fingertips at the 20-yard line. Incomplete.
Yeah, what a great breakup on the outside on that play was Lamont Cox, 5'10", 175-pound senior. He got there just in time as Ray looked like he was going to be able to make that catch. It wouldn't have put Elder in first down territory, but it would have put him in a position to it would have been a little bit more manageable 4th down decision. But now the Panthers are going to have to punt this one away. And right now they got Ben Collins coming out on the field a little bit late here. But,
yeah, it looked like Dugan was back there. I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But it's going to be Collins. He's back at about his 48-yard line. And now Collins to the right side looking, and now he's going to just hit this one. Let's see if he gets the corner. It bounces, and let's see, did it get out at the 1?
We'll see.
Might have went in the end zone. I think they might. Let's see.
Well,
they're talking.
They're going to say it's a touchback, but there is a flag at the line of scrimmage on a 30 that was thrown. It might have been an illegal shift on the Panthers. So we'll see what this is signaled as here.
Yeah, they've got the flag down right around the 30-yard line. And let's see what they finally call, if they make them kick it again or. But Cooper Electric is proud to support Elder football. Reliable service and prompt quality service, the hallmark of Cooper Electric's business. Upgrading your electrical service for your home or business is easy with Cooper Electric. Call Cooper Electric at 513-271-5000.
Tough signal to see on that call, and it would have been something that Moeller would have just waved off, took the ball at the 20 anyway, because it would have been if they took it, Elder would have had to re-kick it.
So Moeller, who has had 2 drives and 2 touchdowns, they line up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. From left to right they go. 1 wide receiver to the left and 2 to the right. The give is Jordan Marshall, the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, into Elder territory, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 80 yards. Jordan Marshall, that's 2 big touchdown runs, 67 yards earlier. And now this one for Jordan Marshall for 80 yards.
And that's that speed. You get him to the outside like that, and he's able to break away, he's gone. I mean, he is absolutely gone. He's got that speed that can just really, you can't catch him once he gets into the open field. So because of that, Marshall's able to get outside. I mean, he's got over 800 yards on the season, and he just continues to add to that. But right now, the problem for the Panthers is the fact that Moeller keeps scoring way too quickly right off the bat every time they come out, so their offense really isn't having to work.
Setting up this extra point. It's 20-7 Moeller, and the kick is up with the left foot, and this one is good. So with 9:16 to go in the second quarter, it's Moeller 21 and Elders 7. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Kendall Luckett, the main running back, and he's gone for 178 yards. So seeing a big run like that isn't surprising. I know we saw one in the first quarter. We see it again. Let's see if they keep going back to the big boy Denson.
Yeah, Jackson, the Warriors only average giving up 88 rushing yards a game, but something needs to change now because I think they're already around 70, 80 yards
I
in
wouldn't
the
be
second
surprised
quarter.
if they already passed that.
Parsons keeps it himself. And they're just going to keep pushing the pile, and it's going to be a Wildcat first down. Wow. That is a lot of power out of the Deer Park offensive line.
I think that's about 3 first downs in a row, Luke. And I think our main key to the game would be to hold Deer Park to not get first downs. But, I mean, it's hard to do when you got a push like that from the line.
Yeah, they just keep faking it to Denson. Everyone collapse.
Look at that. It's the entire mob of probably 22 whole players in that mob there.
Wildcats now officially into the red zone after the 12-yard pickup at the Warrior 10. And they got a chance to take the lead just like that. Marymount went up 10-0. Here's the Wildcats. This one's Luckett, and he stood up after just about a pickup of 1 yard.
It's exactly like what you want to see out of the Warriors there. Stuff them for about 1 yard.
It was interesting, though, Jackson, because that was a direct handoff to Luckett. The place that they found success seems to be a fake handoff to someone and then either a pitch or just a keeper from Parsons.
Yeah, when they don't have that confusion, it seems like the Warriors are on it, but when they run that triple option, they fake the handoff, they go outside, or they even keep it to Denson. I mean, it's killing the Warriors here. Let's see if we can get another stop.
2nd and goal from the 8. They pitch this one. On the outside is Luckett, and he gets past Barton. And just like that, after going down 10-0 in the first quarter, the Wildcats have scored back-to-back touchdowns and now lead on the road 12-10.
There's Luckett's 7th touchdown on the season.
Geez, that offense looks very smooth when you run it the way they're running it right now.
Yeah, the past 2 drives to the Wildcats have been ran phenomenally, and the Warriors don't seem to have a response right now. Do you think they're going to change anything up, or are we going to keep going with the same game plan?
Well, what's so hard is the fans, and like if you look at it just on paper, it's like you just have to stop the rush. But the thing is, it's all about guessing, because are they going to pitch it like they did for the touchdown? That was only the 2nd pitch of the game. Are they going to fake a handoff up the middle? Are they just going to direct snap it to Parsons and let him go? You never really know. Deer Park looking to go up 14-10 on the 2-point conversion try. High snap. Here's the pitch. Luckett once again dives over a man And the Wildcats lead 14-10 after the successful 2-point try with 9:22 to go. And wow, they went right down the field back-to-back times, and all the momentum has flipped.
For sure, Luke. Coming into this game, I thought it was going to be long, grueling possessions for Deer Park, but it seems like they're scoring fast because of these big runs. I mean, typically you think they get a stop on a
That's a good idea. Just do what you're doing. Shotgun formation, second down 3.
Jennings takes it. Fakes it, keeps it. Tux beats one tackler and gets across for a first down.
He takes it up to the 36-yard line.
The Panthers right now.
Just an easy one there for the Crusaders. That pitch out to Marshall is one of their go-tos that they've had in this football game. And I like it because it gives Marshall that opportunity to use his speed to pick a lane and then bust through. And we saw him bust a big one earlier. And there was just, he had to pick up that single yard, and Elder's defense just didn't have an answer, especially coming off of the sideline. So Elder right now with their backs against the wall as Moeller looks to make this a 3-score game.
And the extra point is up, and this one is good. So with 8:52 left in the second quarter, it's been all Moeller. They lead it 28-7. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Cheatham in motion. Hands off, another jet sweep. He tucks
got one man to
inside,
beat.
And it's a foot race to the corner.
One man to beat.
And did he get to the pylon?
I think he's going to be short.
1 yard short. It'll be knock him at the goal line.
Yeah, it's Cheatham again showing his speed, just finding a crease. He beat the outside linebacker right there, but there was just the safety. Had the great angle and stop him at the 1.
First and goal from the 1. Jennings might just be sneaking it here.
Yeah, why not just go under center and go?
That's what he does. Initial push isn't there. Secondary push is Jennings in for 6.
I think that the center caught him off guard right there. You know, you kind of go on first down, maybe a tap on the leg when he went, and I think he was surprised that when he got the snap and didn't go right away, but just stayed with it.
I will tell you as a former center, it's not a tap of the leg. It's a get under there, and normally you have your hands right under the rear end, and it's just a little lift. That's the
I politely said tap on the legs.
a little lift.
Okay.
So Schutte with an all-important extra point. The first one was a bad snap. Didn't even get the kickoff. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. And the Middies will retain the lead with 7:13 to play in the first half. It's the Cardinals trailing the Middies 13-12. Thank you for working through the technical difficulties with us. If you are on Coleraine Game Day, you have a live video feed now. Thank you.
There, finally, they got him stopped for no gain. Football season begins hot and humid, then finishes cold and frigid. Schmidt Heating and Cooling wants to keep your family comfortable no matter what the weather. Schmidt Heating and Cooling at 531-6900. They've been family-owned and operated since 1954. They'll give you the straight answers and help you with what you're looking for with your system. Schmidt Heating and Cooling is proud to support Elder football. Right now, it's been Moeller leading it 28-7. The second turnover of the game for Elder. And now Moeller has it again, right back at the 35. A 2nd and 10, looking to throw is done. And looking, now he's going to run it inside the 35. He's to the 30, and finally out at about the 27-yard line. Josh Dugan met him there.
Yeah, Maddox Arnold also in on that tackle for the Panthers. You go back to the last one, Ben Volkerding did a good job coming down the line of scrimmage to make that play, but still this defense has been out on the field a bunch, and that's got to wear on you eventually. And at the same time, they haven't been able to come up with a big play. If they can come up with a big play, that might be able to change their mentality and their momentum, but right now it's just kind of managing to try to stop those 67 and 80-yard runs from happening again.
It's 3rd and 2 at the 27. The pitch to the left is Weeder. Weeder inside the 25, and he gets out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. That time a gain of 4, and that will be another Moeller first down. If you're feeling good and hungry, then you know it's Skyline time. There's no better West Side tradition than Skyline Chili before or after the game. Skyline Chili on Delhi Pike, Harrison Avenue in Dent, or Glenway Avenue across from Pep Boys. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. We have a
real quick Coldwell Banker scoreboard update. Louisville Trinity is up 10-0 over St. Xavier.
Setting up a 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line here. One wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right side. And then the give is to Montgomery inside the 20, 15. Welcome back to the University of Cincinnati. Len Harvey along with Phil Bengal. It's 35-7 Moeller. 4 touchdowns by Montgomery in the first half alone. 2 turnovers have led to 2 touchdowns. And with 7:23, it's going to be another kickoff. And setting up right around the 40-yard line. Now it's a short kick, and it's going to take it right around the 10-yard line. It's going to be Ottenreeb across the 20 to the 25. And he's out to the 29-yard line. So that time they got a little bit. Did they fumble the football again?
Let's see if they call him down. But
I think they got it. Moeller's got it again.
Luke Ottenreeb on the return there, and that ball popped out right at the end. So they did call it a fumble. So Moeller's going to get the football again inside the 30 on the 29. Going to be knocking on that door. We have what was it, about the 9-minute mark?
Yeah.
I think Elder was going to get that ball back.
Yeah.
And since then, I don't think Elder's touched it. I mean,
No.
they've had a fumble, kickoff and a fumble, and another fumble. And so basically Elder's turned the ball over 3 times in about a minute and a half right now, which is just not good for the Panthers. And Moeller just working with that short field, and they're coming out. Weeder's going to be in the backfield with Dunn, which last time that was a 67-yard run. So we'll see what they do here.
They've got it at the 30. The give to Weeder. Weeder is going to be sacked in the backfield finally, right around the 33-yard line rather. So it is 35-7 Moeller Crusaders. The Panthers have turned the ball over 3 times. 2 fumbles in the last 2 kickoffs, and 1 fumble on a sack, and 4 touchdowns by Montgomery. The Panthers got Carson Brown a touchdown way back to make it 7-7. It seems like years ago. 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line. Setting up And now looking Dunn down the field. He's got a man open at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Pretty easy there for Gearhart. And that was 31 yards on a touchdown catch by Gearhart. And this one's getting ugly pretty quickly. 41-7. As Gearhart, number 82, went ahead and got the touchdown of 32 yards from Dunn. And now again, the extra point. And they set up, and the kick is up with the left foot, and this one is good. So 6:36 remain in this second quarter. It is 42-7 Moeller, and we'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network. Where? No. Oh, I had him as 89.
Yeah, I mean, he's on here as 82. So
Okay.
that's Love. Yeah.
All right. And who's the kicker is not on my, it's like, because I had, that's what, Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
Google Play Store for Sacred Heart Radio Sunrise and click Install. For iPhone, go to the App Store. Radio Sunrise and click Get. And then you've got Sacred Heart Radio everywhere.
Welcome back to the University of Cincinnati. It is all Moeller. They score on another touchdown as it was Love. This was a 32-yard touchdown catch on a reception to make it 42-7. And
getting up.
I don't know what
face mask. Looks like he's looking to march it off against the Colerain Cart. No,
that's against the Middies. It's a 5-yard face mask, which will give the Cardinals a first down with 3:04 on the clock. Cardinals have all 3 of their timeouts, so don't have to necessarily rush it here.
Referee and Cruz. Okay, wait a minute. He gave him 3 yards on that penalty. Now he's giving him the full 5. They having trouble resetting the play.
First down, Cardinals. Clock is running. Handoff. Ball's
loose.
And
Still loose.
Still loose. And Middies fall on it.
Yeah, Zay Jennings, he just fumbled the ball on first contact. He had room to run.
I don't even know if there was contact.
And that ball it bounced forward, and he had a good bounce, and it bounced up to him. So we watch here in the replay. No, nobody touched him. He just dropped it. He tried to pick it up. He kicked it forward again. Middletown Midi could have fell on it. It kicked forward, so.
One fumble by a quarterback answered by another fumble by the quarterback. First down Middies at their own 29 with 2:47 to play in the half. Well, that was interesting. It's almost like out of the mesh of the option, it just popped out.
A defensive lineman might have got a hand on him, an elbow.
Out of the mesh.
But I'm surprised Colerain didn't go to their nickel here, probably knowing that they're going to throw the ball.
Looking underneath, nice little route cut by number 12. To pet cross midfield for Middies first down.
Yeah, he looked outside. He came underneath a little seam route.
They used that motion, kind of fake the wheels to the outside and get a man cutting to the inside. Well-designed play. Gets it to Middies into Cardinal territory.
Scoreboard. Middletown does have all 3 timeouts left.
No, and in particular rush with 3 timeouts, and the clock will stop on first downs and incompletions. Davis steps up under pressure. That was not was that a face mask?
No, that hand was, they're going to call it a face mask, but it looked like the hand was wrapped around the helmet, on the back of the helmet.
That's still part. If he has any grasp of anything on the helmet, that is face mask.
Even it's the back of the helmet?
Even if it's the back of the helmet.
We'll watch a replay here on Waycross. He's a big man, just 230. Well, grabbed an ear hole.
That's a face mask, 15 yards for the Middies. Will make it first down at the Cardinal 32. 2 minutes and running for the Middies, but they have plenty of time. 3 timeouts. Davis steps back. Quick little hitter. And bobbled and then corralled. DeMarco Powell with a first down. Nope, not a first down. Just short. And tackled and bounce. The clock will continue to run. Second down at about 3.
90 seconds left to play in this first half.
For the Middies, you want to score here and not give Cardinals any time, as they will get the ball back. Davis, another keeper. And again, no one on the field thinks it's coming, and that leaves Davis with a lot of room to run on the quarterback keeper.
You know, not the fleetest of foot, a big man, but pretty much a fullback right there. I mean, he's as big as a tight end or a defensive end at this high school level, and just runs through a couple tackles, just uses his pure strength. Get to the 13.
Yep, first down, Middies. Clock is running. Actually, no, the Middies will get the ball first to start the second half because the Cardinals took the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Davis, under pressure, throws to the corner and too far ahead, incomplete.
Yeah, great pressure from the Cardinals. Forces that throw just a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
I think everyone had what they wanted. The Cardinals just executed better than Middletown. I think Cardinals got the pressure, but the Middies got the one-on-one with the guy going to the corner of the end zone with a sophomore on him. He just couldn't have set his feet well enough to deliver the pass. So second down from the 13, 48 seconds now on the clock for the Middies. They still have all 3 timeouts. Malacott in motion and
false start.
False start on the Middies.
False start. Offense.
And
it'll remain second down.
If you're the Cardinals and the referees don't say anything, they did not put a second back on the clock, so the Middies just lost a second. And it'll be a timeout from the Middies sideline. So this is a big set of downs for both teams. The Middletown Middies can go up a score and get the ball, extend their lead, and get the ball back to start the second half. The Cardinals, the opposite. They want to keep this close and keep it within striking distance, knowing that the Middies get the ball first.
And what they've done, too, these drives, other than the one big run, have been methodical and eaten a lot of time. Coleraine offense has not been on the field that long, and this Coleraine defense has got to be tested. Rushing this big quarterback, your defensive line work harder than anybody on the field. They got to be able to win it. So really, almost thank Middletown for this timeout right now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get any closer than that. They need a touchdown or bust. Oh, they're going to throw it over the middle, and that's probably why they don't throw the football. Anderson had a chance to catch that one and turn it into 6, but the ball was thrown right at his ankles. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, Luke, surprising 2nd and 4 pass for Deer Park. Maybe just trying to catch Marymount off guard there.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I kind of like that too. Mix it up, keep the defense on their toes.
Yeah, Tucker Berger.
That makes the rush much easier.
Do you think it'd be fun being Tucker Berger, the offensive coordinator, calling these plays?
Luke, I don't know if he has the most exciting job in football. I mean, he's calling these triple option plays, but it's more on the offense to decide what's going to happen. He's not making electric play calls, I don't think.
So there was a flag on the field, but they picked it up. Oh, no, it was actually just a sideline warning. Here we go, 3rd and 4, 37 seconds remain in the first half of play. Wildcats lead the Warriors 14-10 on the road. They're gonna pitch it. Here's the play that picked up the first down last time. Luckett, their leading rusher, he turns it up for more. He has a block on the outside, hurdles Barton, and Luckett, the impact player of the game for Deer Park, has his 2nd touchdown, and the Wildcats are up by 2 scores.
Wow, Luke, what a show of athleticism there by Luckett. I mean, he just leaped the defender, got right into the end zone.
32-yard touchdown run from the senior. Oh,
Look
he
at
just
that replay.
jumps over
Hurdles
Barton.
Man, wow. What a run by Luckett. You won't see much better rushing in the CHL unless you're looking at maybe Clarence Hester.
Wow. I mean, who said the triple option can't be exciting?
I don't know. That had me on my toes there, Luke. I haven't seen a hurdle like that in high school football, and I don't know when.
If you let this kid get the edge, will he get the edge again here on the 2-point try? Great pursuit by Evan Morgan to seal the edge finally and holds the Warrior deficit to just 10. But Kendall Luckett taking this one over on the ground, 32-yard touchdown run, has Deer Park up 20-10
And
at
Luke,
half.
That is 20
going in.
unanswered points from Deer Park. Started off looking like it was a Warrior blowout, and then Deer Park's come back straight with 20 points. Let's see if Marymount can go back to the locker room, cook something up to combat this rushing effort.
Yeah, and the worst part about this is, as a flag flies on the field, we'll see what that's all about in a second, is when you go down to a team like this, they're just going to control the pace of play and play the game that they want you to play. Because Marymount's going to have to start dialing something up defensively to stop.
So Jennings, shotgun. Looking to throw. He's going to go deep to Robinson. And intercepted by the middies. Trying to find some space. And that will be the James Franklin with the interception.
Yeah, just a 50-50 ball and pretty much really didn't give his wide receiver a chance to throw that. Kind of threw it on the inside instead of the outside. Just kind of floated up and threw it behind him, and really nothing against a Coy wide receiver. He had no chance on that ball. But, you know, with that little time, I don't mind them taking a chance down there.
Yeah.
Middletown will take the ball at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10.
But with 2 timeouts and 21 seconds left till half, what will Middletown do?
They will get the ball first to start the second half, so they might just.
They've got the size advantage. Seniors against sophomores on the outside. I know Coyne's safeties are going to be sitting deep, but you know, with one of your starters.
He runs. 20 seconds left. Low snap. Dorston needs big plays and fast. He's under all kinds of pressure, makes a man miss, and he just takes the sack.
You know, Luke, that is the number one thing you do not want to do with 20 seconds left, trying to make a big play. Take a sack, at least throw it out of bounds, conserve one last play in the half, but, you know, Dorston just goes down there, and that's going to take it to 0 on the clock.
Yeah, Marymount's just going to let this one run out and go to the locker room looking for answers, offensively and defensively. After the first 5 minutes, Deer Park has put on a show, spoiling the first half of play of Marymount's homecoming football game, 20-10. We'll see you guys at the start of the second half.
because they're just going to run it and call, they could do it a couple more times. But these referees have not been on the same page all night. It hasn't affected play, but
That was weird.
They took the snap, and the side official blew the whistle and blew the play dead, even though the quarterback stood back and was running the clock out and didn't need
Either way, it's the end of the first half here at Colerain High School. The Middletown Middies lead the Colerain Cardinals 20-12.
Marker there. So
yeah, and Elder's going to burn a timeout. Saliga came through and made a huge play on Flowers right at the shins. But they're going to mark it, though, right about where he got hit at just past the 1. So not much of a loss for the Panthers, but they do it to burn a timeout.
Yeah, they've got it listed at 2nd down and goal, but I think I thought it at least would be 3rd down, but it's 2nd down and right at the 1-yard line. 23 ticks of the clock left here in this interesting game. 42-7. Jordan Montgomery with 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half. So Elder really needs to get some positive here.
Yeah, and I think the Panthers, if they can get this ball in the end zone here and then get the ball back, you get a little bit of confidence, maybe get a score in, start chipping away. And the only problem is working against the Panthers' favor. It's just they haven't been able to get big plays. Muller's been able to score quick. They've been able to score fast. And so Elder's got a lot of points to make up, and they are moving the ball much, much slower down the field than they have been in past weeks. So that's going to be something they might talk about. Maybe what are some quick hitters we can get in the second half and follow them up with some big play attempts and things like that to try to really start moving the ball down the field. But all stuff right now, the focus is get this ball in the end zone.
And coming up at halftime, the Red River Gorge Cabin Rental halftime report. That's going to be with Mark Bengal, Steve Bengal, Tom Kennedy. And they'll go over some of the Caldwell Banker scoreboard in the halftime score as well. It'll be 2nd down and goal. The ball spotted right around the 1-yard line for the Panthers. Schuster in at quarterback. He's got Flowers to his right. Justin Ray to the left side. He's got Carson Brown to the right. Now he's going to keep it. Schuster does, and he doesn't get in. He's going to be stopped again, another play where it didn't even get a yard.
And Elder's going to take their final timeout here. So Moeller doing a great job. And we saw this last week. Yep. This was Elder against St. X. St. X looks like they're going to punch it in the end zone, and Elder stones them. And that's exactly what Moeller's doing right now. What looks like an inevitable touchdown from the 1, and Elder can't get anything going.
It'll be 3rd down and goal for the Panthers. The ball is going to be spotted at the 3-yard line. 17 seconds left in the second quarter. 42-7. It is on top for Moeller. Meanwhile, we're going to get ready for hockey season. Hockey fans, the Cyclones will be back on the ice soon. Now is the time to get your full or partial season tickets to lock in the best seats for all the popular Cyclone game promotions. Visit cycloneshockey.com for schedules and promotions. So it's interesting. The first part of the game took very little time, and now this last about 5 minutes seems like an eternity, Phil.
Yeah, it really came when Elder had their 3, back-to-back turnovers, and Moeller just kept scoring. And then since then, it's just been a slow develop for the Panthers to get downfield, and then Elder working the clock in their timeout. So Elder right now looking at 3rd and 3 here, and an opportunity. I mean, we're going for 6.
Yeah.
So, got to pick something up here, and then 4th down is going to be big. But Moeller's defense playing inspired football up front, trying to keep the Panthers out of the end zone. So let's see what they can do on this one. But let's see if the Panthers maybe try to go upstairs to Carson Brown.
I was just thinking the same thing, Phil. 3rd down and goal. The ball at the 3-yard line. Shotgun, 2 wide receivers off to the right side, 2 to the left side. Setting up is Schuster. Got a little time, and then all of a sudden, out of the backfield, he's sacked back at the 15-yard line. And that was a pretty impressive play. The Panthers, it was setting up number 15.
Hayes, and Elder's got no timeout, so they got to go now, and they're going to
With 1 second, they get the snap off. Schuster rolling to his right on this 4th down and goal. The throw into the end zone, and it is incomplete. So we go to halftime at 42-7. Not what the Panthers wanted on that. And we'll come back with the Red River Gorge Cabin Rental halftime report. Coming up with Mark Bengal, Steve Bengal, Tom Kennedy. They'll go over some scores for you, but right now it's 42-7. Moeller on top. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network. What? Oh.
Just don't lean over. You might not come back. The class of 2024 presents Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The junior class has recreated highlights that we all remember from this classic movie. Whether it is the chocolate waterfall, gummy bear trees, or Mike TV, you will find paradise if you simply look around and view the junior class float. Thank you to the entire junior class and their families for the many ways they have assisted this creative journey. Special thanks to the Webster family, Perkins family, Haynes family, Griesmer family, Parker family, and the Abbott family for their commitment and support of this project. And now, the class of 2023. The senior class presents the movie Top Gun. As we fly back and reminisce on the movie Old and New, our float features key aspects from Top Gun, such as the eye-catching 13-foot F-14 Tomcat with a wingspan of 16 feet. Our float depicts a famous scene in both Top Gun 1 and 2 of Maverick buzzing the tower. We have the need for speed. Coming out of the back of the F-14, we have smoke machines representing the explosive engine power of the fighter jet. Wing and nose movement give the feeling of a fighter jet taking off. Shout out to the following families who provided extra guidance: Ellis's, Hunts, Osgoods, Mullers, and Solers. We couldn't have done it without you. Let's fly into homecoming weekend. The class of 2023 is ready for takeoff. And our winner of the 2022 float competition is the senior class. Next, please turn your attention to the 50-yard line where we will introduce our homecoming court and name our 2022 homecoming king and queen. First is freshman homecoming representative Curtis Buswell, son of Chandra and Justin Buswell. He is on the cross-country team, a member of the robotics club, and is the freshman treasurer. Freshman homecoming representative Cameron Martin is the daughter of Laura and Jeremy Martin. Currently, she is participating in the Future Leaders of Medicine Club. She's on student council, and she is a cheerleader. Congratulations, Curtis and Cameron. Next, we have Dr. Redder, class of 1980, husband of Susan, father of Patrick, Danny, and Stephanie, and avid and National Honor Society. Next year, she hopes to study marketing and Spanish at a four-year university. Congratulations, Timmy and Lainey. Congratulations to all the nominees. At this time, we would like to welcome to the field Student Council President Lainey Rippertella and Senior Class President Caroline Solar. Now for the moment we have been waiting for. Our 2022 Marymount High School Homecoming King is Daniel Cooper. Congratulations. And our 2022 Marymount High School Homecoming Queen is Tierney Rasmussen. Congratulations, King and Queen, and congratulations to all the representatives this year. You were great. Thank you to the parents, teachers, students, and community who have helped make our 2022 homecoming a great success. Now, go Warriors.
All right, it's Haven. I'm here to bring you some updates on football games happening in Northern Kentucky tonight. So far we have a lot of shutouts, and while these may not be the most entertaining games to watch, they definitely show just how competitive these teams are. We have Highlands leading Connor 42-0 just before the half. Covington Catholic leads Boone County 36-0 at the end of the third quarter, and Cooper leads Madison 14-0 at the first. Now, let's get back to the game.
Tonight, nothing like this crisp fall weather to enjoy a high school football game, and it's been so. We said, Elder is destined for the playoffs. You need to right the ship here in the second half. Not necessarily say, man, we're going to come back and win this thing, and it's possible anything can happen. But what you want to do, like Tom said, let's just we get the ball back. Let's just one step at a time to get some points on the board and get some big stops.
And it's good to see Elder Nation showing up. I'm looking directly across the field, looking east on the visitor side of the field, and on the lower bowl, if you're familiar with Nippert Stadium, there's Elder fans deep into the end zone on one end and all the way to the end zone on the other end. So for sure the Elder Nation did show up tonight, and it reminds me, guys, not quite as much, but those magical games when Elder went to state in 02 and 03, how Elder packed this place and had almost a home field advantage back in the day.
I got a couple of things looking up and down the scoreboard here. Oak Hills is losing 35-0 at half to Princeton. They're playing with playoff elimination, 2-4 in the 17th spot coming in, and Coleraine is down right now and not looking good, and they're in the 14th spot, and they could drop to 2-5, and Middletown, who is ahead of them right now, could leapfrog them, and Coleraine and Oak Hills and Sycamore be teams that are on the bubble for not making the playoffs. So, a little bit different. Some of those teams, especially Coleraine and Sycamore teams that you expect to see, a couple weeks into the playoffs. So
year in and year out for sure.
Yeah, so kind of interesting that way. Things going down, and lots of things in the air this evening.
Well, Elder travels on the road next week. They head up to Indianapolis to take on Ron Colley. We will be covering that game on the Prep Sports Radio Network. The following week on the
Zionsville, and Oak Hill leads 35-7 at home against Alexandria Monroe. In Ohio, Springfield is rolling right now as well. They're up 20-0 against Springboro. And St. Vincent St. Mary is tied right now with Ursuline at the half. And then in Kentucky, Mel at Roncalli is still scoreless. And then West Jessamine and Woodford County, the Woodford County team is up 14-7 right now, and we're going into halftime of that game. Now we'll get you right back out to your action.
Martin Luther King Jr. High School, I believe that's out of Detroit. So that's the rest of the schedule that Elder faces and the Crusaders face. So, Ignatius and Ed's obviously tough opponents coming in, and then also Elder always, Roncalli and Cathedral are tough teams to play. And LaSalle, I know, Tom, we were talking about it. They're on the outside looking in. They're looking at that last game against the Elder Panthers as one that is vital for them to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I would think so. Right now they're 2-4. Played a real tough schedule. A lot of teams out of the Louisville area last week, or 2 weeks ago, they played Louisville DuPont and lost a close game down there. And the same Moeller team that we're seeing tonight just shellacked my Lancers 47-14 last week. So it looks to me right now that Moeller is the class of the GCL South. Those things could change. Doug Ramsey's always said, as well as most coaches, that you're trying to improve week after week and you're playing your best football in week 10 and moving forward. So for the Elder Panthers, let's hope that's happening. Let's hope that this is just a blip on the radar that's going to go away. I'm sure after this game, Doug's going to scrap the video on this pretty quickly and get ready and focus on Roncalli.
Well, let's see how the second half plays out. That's all the time we have here for the Red River Gorge Kevin Reynolds halftime show. Stay tuned for all the action in the second half with Len and Phil. And stay tuned towards the end of the game. We're having an abbreviated post-game show here from Nippert, getting you caught up from all the scores in the area that we can amass. We'll try to paint that picture. Although this game may, if Elder can't get some points on the board, this game may go zipping by quick because we're
a little bit of both.
He's
at really quick for a quarterback.
So, stay tuned.
I mean, for a smaller guy compared to the other two, he runs it fairly hard too.
Yeah, Luckett 83 yards, Parsons 17, Denson 67. Everyone's getting after it tonight.
They pick up about 4 on the carry, but a flag comes right in the middle of the pile.
See what that is. Could be back-to-back penalties on the Warriors, and that's not the best way to start the first half for a penalty-heavy team.
I have a feeling this one's going to back up the Wildcats. Face mask, nope. Jackson right on cue. This was one of the 3 keys to the game brought to you by ICRC TV. And the final one was Warriors need to limit the penalties. It bit them last week, over 100 yards given up because of the yellow flag. And here's 15 more on the personal foul face mask. And this ball is all the way inside the 30, and we haven't even played a minute, let alone 30 seconds of this game.
Yeah, Luke, I don't have exact statistics to break this, to lay this down, but I would say the Warriors are the most personal foul team in this conference.
Maybe in the city, Jackson.
Yeah.
They have a few tempers, and then, of course, there's just the casual personal fouls like the face mask we saw there. On first down, they pick up 5 with Luckett. I mean, if you're going to pick up 5 a carry, there's just no chance they lose this game. They already are up 10. They're not trying to score fast. They're winning the line of scrimmage. Deer Park's putting on a clinic on the road.
Yeah, Warriors might want to be a little more aggressive on defense. Just got to make something happen here.
Yeah, so what would you recommend they dial up?
You know, Luke, honestly, I would just maybe send a few blitzers and just make Parsons make a quick decision. Hopefully another fumble like he did before.
That.
Just get to the quarterback as fast as possible. Hopefully he doesn't even have time to hand it off. Maybe there's a muff snap. You take it back to the house. You're right back in this football game.
Here's the pitch. Luckett. Timmy Stewart gets thrown to the ground by Luckett. Glassmeyer ends up making the play. Wow, Timmy, the 6'5" defensive end, just kind of got tossed by Kendall Luckett.
But you know what I like there, Luke? The Warriors, they changed it up. They threw a guy off the edge, and he got in the backfield. He didn't make the play, but he interrupted Luckett. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you let him get to the edge at full speed, Glassmeyer is not making that play.
Yeah. So Timmy Stewart made a huge play even though he didn't make the tackle.
Yeah, he's got to keep that contained kind of. Like Stewart should make Luckett cut it back up the gut, and therefore the maximum he's going to get is 2 because there's like 5 Marymount guys. They're just absolutely loading the box. Enormous third down. It is 4-down territory. Marymount needs a ball back. Parsons fakes it to Denson and picks up the first down into the red zone. The Wildcats go once again for their 3rd straight possession. They are moving the ball. I mean, it looks like easily.
Yeah, Luke, like you said, that contained factor. I'd say if I was the Warriors, they only have one real cornerback on the field, and that's Drayon Barton, who's lining up usually. So I would say bring the other corners and the safeties, impact the outside, make them run up the middle for those short gains, like you were saying.
Yeah, they have some big bodies. Mark Morgan, Evan Morgan, of course the line. Lawson, Wade, Duckwall. They need the linebackers like Long, Stewart, even Glassmeyer at that high safety spot. Like, there's no business for 25 to be up there. He's not doing anything. They're going to run this one to Denson. Makes a man miss, and chug-a-chug. This guy will not stop running. All 240 of him right through the Marymount defense. And the Wildcats are now up 16 with a chance to make it a 3-possession game on the road. Just like that, perfect start to the second half for the Wildcats.
Luke, a bit of resemblance of a prime Eddie Lacy there on that room. That's just a big man, an agile juke, and he just powers through to get into the end zone.
I mean, we keep calling him a big man, but this dude must take dance lessons or something because he's making Warrior defenders miss, and then he's running over the next guy. So, huge 2-point try. A lot of frustration for this Marymount fan base and sideline.
Yeah, really couldn't ask for a worse start to the second half for the Marymount Warriors.
Jennings takes it, looks. They're going to go short side again, cuts it inside. He's going to pick up about 3 yards and make it 3rd and 6, 7.
It's amazing with this offense. Your running back only has 3 touches.
I was really surprised there from Jennings that he doesn't pitch the ball.
Well, out the defensive back forces him inside, forces him to make a decision.
So 3rd down and long for the Cardinals. Step back, quick throw out of the backfield. Rhodes breaks 1 tackle but can't keep it going. He's going to be short of the first down.
Again, interesting territory for the Colerain Cardinals. They're going to need about 6 yards on this play. They're contemplating keeping that offense out there.
Looks like they're going to go.
Yeah, it was 2 back-to-back plays by Middletown's Printup. Now Jennings also here could possibly pooch kick it. There's no one deep.
He takes it, keeps it on the middle, and he's going to be short.
Again, a zone read. He keeps it himself. I'll tell you what, he had to rush that play. He had come off the field, and I think he wears a glove, and he was kind of still putting on his glove while they were calling the plays.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard.
So a turnover and downs by the Cardinals. 3 and out for the Middies, 3 and out for the Cardinals.
Middletown's leading by 8.
8:51 on the clock. Here in the 3rd quarter. Malakote in motion, little counter back the other way. No room to go much there for Chambers, but he's going to
he is strong.
Chug his feet along and pick up about 5 yards.
He is strong, but it comes to the point where the referees, you take that scrum a little bit too long. He's churning, but as we see here, multiple Colerain Cardinals all over, but they've got to call that a little bit quicker. You're going to get somebody hurt. Team 4, almost 5 on that play.
So Davis, handoff again. Chambers trying to patiently work, stays on his feet, falls forward. Again, the ball pops out, but they're going to, after the whistle.
I tell you what, and Chambers is giving up slow.
Officials timeout.
That's a big weapon, the big 73-yard run earlier. Takes away one of your weapons.
Chambers down.
So, Brandon, we got a little break in the action, and the scores kind of really surprised me looking at a Lakota West Mason a lot closer than I thought. Just a one-touchdown lead by the
Well, it's a
Lakota West.
two-touchdown lead now. It's now 17-7, Dakota West. The one that's surprising, Moeller over Elder, 42-7. Elder fumbled on 3 consecutive offensive plays. Fumbled and lost on 3 consecutive. One of the last one returned for a touchdown. Jordan Marshall had 4 touchdowns in the first half for Moeller.
Just a sophomore. Marshall.
I think is he a junior? I think he's a junior now.
Is he a junior? Yeah, I know he's an underclassman because when they did some national voting on
he
who
was
could
a
possibly be the running back of the best running back in the country, he they gave it to a senior, but a lot of people were saying that he could possibly be the best running back in the country.
Chambers up under his own strength, but obviously in some pain as he walks off the field. So resetting, 7:58 on the clock, third quarter. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Middies at the Cardinal 42, at their own, 42-yard line.
Glad to see he's up on his feet.
When you get to the 46.
We've seen a lot of these quick outs right here, the controlled passing by the Middletown Middies. Kellen Davis been successful on 3rd.
Seven minutes left in the third quarter. Marymount down 16. David keeps it himself, up the gut. Touchdown, Marymount. Story of the drive, story of the second half for Marymount. Nick Leone, it seems like it takes him a half to finally start trusting his quarterback, but a great start offensively after giving up a touchdown to the Wildcats. They bounce right back, and an even bigger 2-point attempt coming up now.
I mean, really, Luke, why not put it in the hands of such an experienced player like Dorston? He knows how to make a read. He knows how to run that football. And, I would trust him over basically anyone else on the team to have the ball in his hands in tough drives and tough possessions like that.
I mean, he's one of the quickest dudes on the field. And you saw the 2 Wildcats that tried to collapse on him at the goal line. They wanted no part of his shoulder into their gut. I would do it again here. They just hand it to Duckwall, and he is stuffed. In on the stop was Isaiah Alford, who just seems to continuously make timely plays. Also in on the tackle was Cameron Gilreath. Those 2 have been big-time playmakers defensively for Deer Park. That keeps the Deer Park lead at 10.
Yeah, that's a huge stop right there. If they get that 2-point conversion, that's a 1-possession game, and the Warriors are really right back in it.
Yeah, a lot of momentum lost, too.
To stop them here, I mean, that's a touchdown and a field goal, something that hasn't been happening very often.
All right, Jackson, I want you to call me out if you think I'm wrong. But 6:48 left in the third. It sounds like a lot of time. But would you say it's must-stop territory for Marymount? Because I'm not going to say it's must-stop, but I definitely think I have a little bit of a feeling that this is a very big drive coming for Deer Park's offense to kind of continue to not even set the tone, but just continue to keep your foot on the gas. And then if you're the Warriors, you need something to change, and something to change fast.
I agree with that, Luke. I would say as it dwindles down to the end of this third, and even about 3 minutes left, that's totally must-stop time, because when they get to these 6-minute drives, if they can hold the ball for the rest of the third quarter, that's going to say maybe Marymount has one more possession on their hands, because then that's basically 6 minutes back and forth. So, I mean, it is must-stop football here for the Warriors if they want to win this football game. They got to make a big play, maybe possibly a turnover here.
Oh my gosh, onside kick from Connor Jackson. It does not work. Gilreath picks up the kick at the 45. I actually don't hate that idea because it seems like with these squib kicks, they're either getting it at like the 37 or 40 anyway. So 45, I mean, you could say it hurts. It's a first down, but
I was just about to say the same thing, Luke, because basically every single return I feel like is getting to the 50-yard line. So you might as well take a chance. If it works in your favor, then like we said, it's a quality stop with no time off the board. But, you know, they don't get it. Same spot they're in before.
Purcell 14, North College Hill 6. Summit 48, Norwood 0.
Parsons hands it to Luckett. Nice play by Mark Morgan, Connor Jackson, and pretty much the entire Warrior defense just pushing Luckett out of bounds, and that was about the first time we've seen them set the edge tonight.
Yep, that's what needs to happen if they're going to keep them to a 3-and-out, Luke. They need to contain those edges, get no or negative yardage.
Yeah, it was stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Deer Park just taking their time. I mean, Mariemont's got to start getting a little frustrated with this. It can wear you down physically, but even more mentally. You're just ready to play. You want to make something happen, and they're just going to keep waiting and standing up until that ref in the center of the field holds up the fist, because that means there's only 5 seconds left on the play clock. Parsons snaps it to Denson. Good tackle by Connor Jackson with the help of Talon Vianello.
Denson runs for 8.
That is
That's
funny,
going to bring up
Luke.
3rd down.
They wait for the ref in the middle of the field to hold up his hand and give him that warning, and that is when they set their offense. That's when they get down, they get into position, and about 3 seconds left on the clock, they snap that football and they run it. So
Handoff Cheatham, cuts it inside on the jet sweep. Not much space to operate on that short field, but does cut up and get about 2, maybe 3 in the play.
Looks like with the offensive struggles Colerain's had this year, they've decided they're no longer a wishbone option team. They're going to run everything out of the spread now.
Well, we've seen it this year. They've struggled so much with the interior of the offensive line. You're almost forced to give your quarterback some space to operate.
But it's kind of interesting with the success that they've had against Middletown traditionally up the middle with the fullback.
Yep. Snap back. Jennings takes it, looks to throw. Forced to pull it down, throws it away. Let's just hope they think that tight end is a receiver.
Yeah, he was in the area. Maybe.
That was intentional.
Sort of, kind
that
of.
was intentional grounding. The referee's still discussing. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, he got did not get ball, did not get back to the line of scrimmage, and they're saying there wasn't a receiver in the area. So intentional grounding, which will be a penalty and I believe a loss of downs.
And a loss of down. So what was 3rd and 9 is now 3rd and 20. This is something the offense of Colerain has struggled with all year. No matter how positive you've done, that one big play just sets everything off of the tracks. Oh, I'm sorry. It was out to the 45, so it'll be 3rd and 25.
3rd down and 26.
Jennings takes it, shotgun look, and throws it deep. A little miscommunication on what to run there. Receiver stopped at about 10 yards, and that was
again a high, slow snap, throws complete timing off that play.
But it wasn't even about time. Cheatham just stopped running.
Well, yeah.
In the punt for the Cardinals.
But I think that was as much of a Jennings just throwing it away out of frustration right there.
For Middletown, number 6.
So 5:29 left, and it's still in the 3rd quarter.
As quick as that first half went, this beginning of this 3rd quarter is a long time. Punts up and away. Will be fair cut. Nope, it's muffed. Still loose, and it
Colerain's ball.
is is.
Oh, he almost got it. Almost got it. They dove on it at the same time. Both got their arms around it, both teams, but it's going to be the Middletown Middies that come up with the ball.
So Middies will take over at their own 9-yard line.
And that was James Franklin. He called for the fair catch, but he stayed with the ball after he muffed it. And
right at the
50-50 ball right there when they both dived for it. But Franklin just kind of a little bit more hand strength takes it away.
It looks like he got 2, and Williams has only had 1 hand at the time.
The ball spotted at the Middletown 9. If you're going to make a defensive stop, let's make it now, Colerain.
Trips to the right for Davis. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, trying to find some space, and he does. Cuts back, still on his feet, and it's a foot race out near past the 40. First down, Middletown.
And we got the backup running back in there, and just a quick little handoff up there. Nothing fancy. Eric Schroeder, the junior, breaks free, and if not for the safety, he's going 91 yards. A great hustle by your sophomore defensive end or outside linebacker right there.
So Middletown quickly flips the field on one play. Davis keeps it, and for the first time, not surprised are the Cardinals. They'll get him for a short loss.
Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure about how much of a read there. There wasn't really an outside linebacker for him to take a read off. He might have decided pre-snap that he was keeping it himself. Looked like the running back had a little space to the outside, but second down and 9.
Trips to the left this time for Middletown. Davis looks. Backside again, one-on-one, throws it up, and still up. We're going to call that off the floor. But they go right after the sophomore again, and this time Jaden Staley with a perfect defense.
Yeah, and you don't only have a senior against an underclassman right there, but you've got 6'2" against 5'10", and threw it right where he needed to throw it. Made it a jump ball, but the contact went up. I don't know if that ball ever hit the ground, Brandon.
Might not, but they blew the whistle, so unfortunately it doesn't matter. So twin receivers on either side for the Middies. Third down and 10. Pressure coming from behind on Davis. He's got to step up, finding some space downfield, cross midfield, still going, and he's near the Cardinal 30.
And he had the secondary, had their back turned to the scrambling quarterback, and really had the pressure, no contain, and really once he got past where the blitzing linebackers were, really no one saw him coming. They were chasing the wide receivers, a big gain.
And even with that long run, with all these scrambles, I think Davis might be the Middies' leading rusher.
Well, you had that 90 yards at 73 on one carry.
Handoff. Schroeder caught from behind. Nathan Fry brings him down by the jersey.
Eric Schroeder is the ball carrier. He's taken down for a 5-yard loss.
Colerain defense has done well on the first couple downs. Just Davis has just made that third down conversions, it seems.
Middletown gets the play from the sidelines. It's Purple, Ohio. I don't know what that means. It's just they have two signs up. I'm not sure what that play call means, but the Middies understand that code. Twins to either side. Fake the guy in motion. Davis steps up, still on his feet, trying to get away. Nathan Fry with another big play.
Davis is sacked by a group of
good kind of a coverage sack right there. He tried to step up, but that pocket collapsed around him. Nowhere to throw it, moved up. Fry chasing him down behind. He's not letting him go until his buddies join along, a Cardinal party.
He might have had a chance, Nathan Fry, the initial pressure, but there was no one open after that little initial scramble, and then the defense collapsed.
So I Another big third down for the Middletown Middies. But this one's pretty tough to get, but they've got a couple long ones. It's 3rd and 21.
Timeout, Middletown.
Play clock was running down right there.
That's their first timeout.
2:13 to play in the third quarter. Middletown leads 20-12. They take their first timeout here on 3rd and 21.
It is owned by alumnus and wrestling coach Hunter.
So thanks again to our friends here at Waycross, scrambling to get things going. We finally got things going here at halftime. Thanks to all the volunteers running the cameras, all the volunteers up in the booth. We couldn't bring and showcase our student athletes here without your help. So thank you, Waycross Community TV.
Who's a proud bull ringer at from State Farm. National Flag Company, Willow Event Center, and Pure Lawn Organic.
So what do you, if you're Middletown, what do you call here on 3rd and 21?
Well, I say you're still looking for that one-on-one matchup. Attack the young corners with your.
You know, we haven't seen that in a few plays, Luke. A duck wall run.
Duckwell picks up 4. You cannot complain about 4 yards. Clock continues to run under 2:10 left in the third quarter, but the time is totally fine. If Marymount can get 6 here, they're in business.
For sure, Luke, and the defense looks like they've shaped up a bit, and they could make something happen here.
I got Stewart touchdown on this drive, Jackson. That's my prediction. Flag comes in. I think it's going to be a false start or delay a game penalty. Nope. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't be more wrong with the penalties. I'm normally spot on, but it's going to be on Deer Park.
What was that, neutral zone infraction?
Offsides on defense.
Offsides.
And we get 2nd and short.
See, that confuses me, though, Jackson. You're typically not supposed to kill the play on offsides unless it's a high school rule. Have confirmation it is a high school rule, excuse me, but we see guys like Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes in the NFL making a living just.
They'll throw that thing deep.
I mean, it's a free play. Why not?
Luke, I'm with you here. I'd like to see a Stewart slant. Get the big man involved at the goal line.
Yeah, the Marymount still has the ability to pick up the first down, though. David keeps it himself. Gives a stiff arm to a Wildcat who made his way all the way into the backfield. That was 53, Chase Burns. Kind of blew the play up. Is it enough for a Warrior first down?
Looks like it's third and 4. Luke, honestly, what would you call here?
I think you just have to pick up the first down. I wouldn't mess around with the read option, RPO. Just snap it to Dorston and let him go with it.
I agree.
They do the same thing, but Dorston just hands it to Duckwall. Big hit, but he got the first. Oh, my. This spot does not look that good. Do they have him short? Okay, they're going to move the chains. First down, Warriors. Brings up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. That was just a snap where you had to pick up the first. I love that play call. Just run it right up the gut, pick up the first down, and then work from there.
Yep. I'd love to see Dorson get involved here on a few QB sneaks to power his way into the end zone.
I don't know how you're not doing it.
I don't know either.
I mean, he hasn't picked up negative yardage once.
I don't think so either.
He's stronger than Duckwall, and it's less time to just not hand it off. Just let him go with it. Here it is. Dorston, keeper. Comes inside. I mean, he just does this effortlessly. David Dorston is the best passer on this team and probably the best rusher. He cuts the deficit to 4 with the touchdown. Big stand for the Warriors defensively, turning the Wildcats over on downs, and now he gets the touchdown. This is a ball game all of a sudden, Jackson.
Yeah, Luke, honestly, I'm thinking you kick the field goal here, and yes, they are, because that's going to make it a 1 field goal game. 3-point game. And like we said before, Dorston has the most rushing yards on the team and probably not the most carries. So that proves to you why. Just puts his shoulder down.
Dorston coming into this game, he was the leading rusher, 64 carries for 334 yards. Jackson, that's 5.2 per carry.
Yeah.
Kicks good by Connor Jackson. He's been perfect tonight, 3 for 3. And Marymount, 23 points, trailing Deer Park's 26. Like I said,
Hey everybody, it's Justice White reporting to you live from Southeast Indiana at Dick Meter Stadium, where the Lawrenceburg Tigers are hosting Rushville. The Tigers are outperforming the Lions thanks to an impressive performance by Tegan Bennett, who has 3 touchdowns. Braden Combs also got a touchdown. The Tigers also forced a safety, giving you a score of 29-0. That's it for now at Dick Meter Stadium. Now, back to the game.
It's hard here.
See, it's all one family at Marymount High School. It was rigged. They didn't want to give it to the QB.
Yeah, they did it on purpose, I think.
10 points at halftime. They were like, what's going on?
Might need to check the
fire
votes.
him up a little bit.
Coach Leone might have had something to do with that, Luke.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What should we call this one?
Might have rigged the voting.
Hoko Gate?
Yeah, I think Hoko Gate 2022.
Here we go. 26-23, 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Squib kick. This one's actually really good. It's fielded at the 21. Oh, great pursuit by the Marymount special teams. Flag comes in at the end of the play. Geez, so much laundry all over the field in the second half already.
You know, it seemed to be more on Deer Park, but
yeah, this one's on Deer
Park.
Park.
There it is again. Wow, there's just been a new energy into this Marymount team, especially the defense here. I mean, they just made a big play on the return. They made a big play last drive. Let's see if they can carry that over to this drive, Luke. Look at Evan Morgan. He looks very angry, ecstatic. Let's see what they can do.
He's fired up, Jackson.
Yeah.
Typically, going into this game, I'm not saying anyone did, but if you looked at the matchup, this would probably be one that you'd be thinking the point total would go under. And we have an absolute shootout at Marymount High School.
Yeah, Luke. I mean, I was expecting a game of just Deer Park just bulldozing down the field, taking 6 minutes per possession. But, I mean, it's so wow.
Speak of a bulldozer.
Yep. Seems like it's changed. It is really a shootout.
Jay-Sean Denson is an absolute load. This guy has a motor. He never comes out of the game. That's what I love about him. Normally the bigger backs, they need a blow after they stiff arm a guy, make another miss, and then pick up a first down. He might get it again on this play.
And Luke, he's not like the typical third down back like an A.J. Dillon who just comes in to pick up a few yards. He could be the full-time running back on any team in the CHL.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes the Wildcats so special, though, as we end the third quarter. Luckett, Parsons, and Jay-Sean, they've done a heck of a job tonight, and that's why they have the lead. Going to the final quarter of play, the Wildcats lead 26-23. We'll be back for a very exciting fourth quarter that's still to play. Welcome back. They flip the field. The Wildcats on first down pick up 9. Luckett goes to the near side or far side of the field.
Yeah, there goes
But
Luckett.
another flag.
Wow.
I think it's a hold on the Wildcats.
The Wildcats are just killing themselves in the second half.
I mean, they're running it for 7-8 a carry.
And they just keep on bringing this football back. That run right there gave me flashbacks of the first half, Luke. Looked like the classic Luckett outside run for about 10, but now they bring them back to about the 20-yard line.
this play style, we've talked about it wearing down the defense, but just seems like in the second half, Mariemont's D has looked really good and they gotten fired up, but no one really wants to hit anyone, and I think that's just what running the rock right down their neck does, because it takes a toll. I mean, you having to hit guys every single play coming at you that run like 4 or 5 40s. We know Luckett's probably one of the fastest dudes in the city. It would get exhausting putting your shoulder into him every single down.
Yeah, Luke, you start to feel those hits and you at halftime, and you just come out maybe a little bit lethargic. They don't want to feel that again.
Yeah. Like, we'll let him get 6 instead of 2. Save your body. Speaking of a body, on first down, picking up 6.
Denson earned 6 of those yards back, 2nd and 14.
There's Denson again.
Jay-Sean Denson.
Cooper Naccioni.
Naccioni in on the stop. He's played pretty good. He's been in that warrior position that we talked about Owen Metz playing in the first half of this game. I think Mariemont's just been having guys come in and out. Physicality that we were talking about.
Yeah, fresh bodies in the game. I mean, that's exactly what you need to go up against a harder running offense.
All right, this is the time, if Mariemont wants the ball back, it's a perfect opportunity. You started with 1st and 20. They picked up sticks. Still 2nd and 14. Wildcats just looking to give themselves 3rd and manageable. They hand it to Luckett, and the Warriors collapse. I think that running the ball to Denson has been way more effective than giving it to Luckett up the gut. Luckett's been the outside guy, but I don't know why you even give it to Luckett up the hole. It doesn't seem like it makes sense. It brings up 3rd and 9. Huge down for both teams.
I mean, Luke, what I've personally noticed is they're kind of straying away from the triple option. It seems like they're just doing classic handoffs here, and maybe they want to go back to that to pick up some solid yardage like they were in the first half.
I will say, when they went up 26-10, I agree with going away from it because you're not pitching it.
Yeah,
there's the risk for turnover a lot more. But now that it's just a 3-point game, Deer Park needs to start playing to win and not to lose, because that's what can happen a lot when you go up by 3 scores, or 2 scores is what they were up at 16. Because if you start playing not to lose, that is not a good sign. And Mariemont has a lot of momentum right now. 3rd and 10. Here's the pitch. Luckett. Will he get the outside? He cuts it back. He's right on the sticks as he's dragged out of bounds by Connor Jackson and Cooper Naccioni. I think it's going to be 4th and inches.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Luke? I think you might have to punt it at your own 40 virtually.
No,
you think they're going for it?
Absolutely not. I'm giving the ball to Jay-Sean Denson. I don't think anyone can make a play on him without him falling forward for this yard. I haven't seen it all night.
I agree with that. You
got to give it to Denson.
Get an offensive line push and Denson combination. I don't think the Warriors could stop that for a yard. 2 yards. My apologies.
Yeah, look out for Lawson Wade, Jack Simpson, some of the forces on the Mariemont front 7. And they got all 11 guys up there outside of Ryan Glassmeyer. Load in the box. Huge down here. They snap it. They give it to Denson. I don't think it's enough. Let's see the spot. Mariemont's going to get the football back, Jackson. This defense on back-to-back possessions turns the Wildcats over on downs. That was enormous. The offense takes over down 3 inside of Deer Park territory.
Luke, who are these guys? This is a totally different defense than we saw in the first half. I mean, they come out with so much energy, and they're just, I mean, now they're playing like they have a chance at winning. At first, it seemed like they had just given up, and now they're back in the game, and they're playing to win now.
Yeah, like we said, Jackson, a coaching adjustment needed to be made where they can load the box and send pressure. They had every single guy on the line of scrimmage. That's what it is going to take. Dare deep Deer Park to beat you in the air. They're not going to do it. We've seen it year after year after year with this coaching staff. They don't throw the ball. It's not like you're supposed to throw it on 4th and short, but make them beat you some other way. Great stop by the Mariemont D. Let's see what their offense has. They've scored on back-to-back possessions, Jackson. Dorston gets the outside and picks up 8.
And I love to see that. The coaches here in the box are absolutely ecstatic about that run. Keep feeding number 10. I can't say it enough, Luke. It works every time, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, 8-yard pickup for Dorston. I don't know if they just don't want to get him hurt in the second half, or first half they don't want to get him tired, because it's not even the second half, it's really just like the 4th quarter that they start giving him the ball. And it is so effective.
Yeah, I mean, there's playoff implications on the line. You got to utilize your best players here, Luke. You can't be scared of injury.
I mean, just like that on this drive, Marymount has a chance to tie this up or take the lead. Here's Duckwall, and the chains will move. First down, Warriors.
7:50 left in the game, Luke, and it's really coming down to the wire here.
I love this Marymount team. They've struggled at times this season and have had games or losses that really should have been wins for multiple reasons. But it's been great being a student and a fan because they always make it exciting.
Yeah, the Warriors really could have started off this season 3-0. They had a few unfortunate losses to Oakwood.
It was the penalties that really got them.
Yeah, it was really the penalties. And now they're just really coming together better as a football team. 2 wins in a row, and they're looking for a third.
Looking for a third straight scoring possession offensively. Duckwall, look at the footwork, making people miss. Inside the 10-yard line is Max Duckwall. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, no. They're going to get a hold. Is that going to be on Mark Morgan for burying the linebacker?
I'm not sure. It seemed like it could have been on number 73 in the backfield.
I mean, Jackson, we
Oliver
totally
Lupien,
just pulled the announcer's jinx on him.
I know.
We were saying how they haven't gotten any penalties or
He
shot
slipped a little
themselves in the
bit trying
foot
to
in a
squeeze
while.
through, but Dill picks up positive yardage.
He does a great job. Low man wins in football. Ouch, that hurt. That knee bent at kind of an odd angle, but when you're young, that doesn't hurt as much as when you're my age. He does give up almost three on that play.
Second and 8. Jennings takes the snap, flares it out to his fullback, runs over the initial defender, and is going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, the defensive back just looked like he just wanted to wrap him up, and your running back says, no, we're having contact, young man.
It'll be 3rd down and 2.
So it's a 3rd down and 2. They can get a first down at the 5-yard line.
Move relatively quickly to the line.
Middletown's been really good on these short yardage situations, bringing all the linebackers. Again,
Hand off Rhodes.
They anticipate the snap, go in untouched.
Who will Dorston look to here? They have him rolling out right. He's going to the end zone. He has a man. The ball is on the money. Ryan Glassmeyer in the back of the end zone scores a touchdown, and the Marymount Warriors lead 29-26.
Wow, Luke, that's giving me flashbacks to the Indian Hill game.
Oh, no, hold on.
Oh, no. A legal man downfield, it seems to be, Luke.
Oh.
Wow. You cannot have that happen.
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh. That was the same play
It
that
was the same
Marymount
exact
beat
play.
Indian Hill on. The same catch
reverses
and the same
fields,
throw
come back,
from
and just
Glassmeyer.
puts on the Jets. And what he saw, when he needed to turn it up, he planted that foot.
So 1st and goal for the Cardinals at the 2-yard line.
All means nothing if they can't put this in.
Go to their jumbo package. The defensive line substituted in, and under center is Jennings. Takes it, hands it off Rhodes, and he's in untouched.
Yeah, middle. I'd almost go right back to that. And tell you what, we've had a little no more.
Significantly more manageable.
Yep, the senior Aiden Mosley jumps offsides.
Mosley has a heck of a frame. 6'2", 250. Surprised we haven't said his name that much tonight.
Yeah, really, we haven't. I mean, only 2 sacks on Dorston. Pretty good protection from the Warriors line.
All right. Rare occurrence of Elliott Brown in the backfield. I actually like this because he's one of the best pass-blocking running backs in this entire league. They're going to have him block here. They look for the out route to Stewart, and Dorston just misses the throw.
Yep.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating for David. You put a ball in the money, it comes back, and then Stewart ran a heck of a route. He was there for the first down pickup, 2 yards past the sticks, and Dorston just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, we've seen Dorston try that throw a few times tonight. The classic Timmy Stewart first down out route.
No one else can hear the PA guy.
I know. It just hasn't worked either time he's thrown the football.
So 2-point conversion from the 1.5 yard line. Jennings in that jumbo package.
I don't want to say it's
hands it off
desperation, but if you give Deer Park the
dropped
football
it,
back
loose ball.
the way that they
it
play,
doesn't matter.
I
Jennings
think 1
makes
or
the
2
tackle,
first
but it
downs
doesn't
could ice
matter.
the game. Marymount's
In
still
high school,
all
the
3
defense
timeouts
cannot
remaining, but
return
it's gonna
that,
be
so it
such
is
a gamble for
failed conversion. 6 minutes, 12 seconds to play. The Cardinals trail the Middies 20-18.
Again, they looked like they were going back to that same play, but Middletown has shifted.
It's not like they get a 2-minute warning.
It's not the best timeout call, but I guess he wants to draw up the perfect play for this critical 4th and 8, Luke.
Yeah, Jackson just kind of setting the stage. Homecoming game. Marymount comes in after 2 straight wins, beating Indian Hill and Finneytown.
It really doesn't get much better than this, Luke.
No, it doesn't. 4th and 8. Senior Dorston leading the way. Heck of a second-half performance. I would say even better performance from the defense, turning over the Wildcats on back-to-back possessions. Puts us in the spot that we're in now. Could you argue that if Marymount still had kicker from last season, Marco Zanardo, this would be a field goal attempt or no?
I don't know, Luke. This is a little too deep for a high school kicker. What would that put him at? 38 yards. I mean, that's pretty far. But Marco, he's got probably the best leg in the entire school, so.
I definitely wouldn't hold it.
I wouldn't hate the call.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be 38. It'd be shorter than that. It's at the 26.
Okay, it would be, yeah.
Oh, wait, no,
it would be
way
a little
deeper.
longer. Yeah, it'd be about
43.
40, yeah, 43. So, no, I'm not.
Yeah, we're not thinking about that. Oh, my gosh, we need to go back to math class. They try to get the hard count. Deer Park doesn't jump. Dorston, will he be able to run for it? He's going for the pylon. He dives and he gets it. First down, Warriors. David Dorston putting the ball in his own hands and doing it himself. We've seen it countless times over his career and so many throughout his senior season. Enormous pickup from QB1.
It really seems to be every single time the Warriors need a big play, it's Dorston with his legs.
I mean, that awareness is incredible, man. He saw the hole, and if you hesitate for 1 second, you're not picking that up.
You got to go, and that's what he did. Picks up a crucial first down. Now we're sitting at about the 16-yard line.
Really good protection from the offensive line. They helped seal the edge once Dorston escaped the pocket. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Going to Stewart on the slant. He corrals it.
There we go. Stewart makes a great catch on that play. We saw him drop one of those in the first half. You know, he wasn't thinking about that there. Reeled it in with his body, defender on his back, and Timmy made a great catch.
All right, Jackson, I'm guessing run here. They bring in Owen Metz for Ryan Glassmeyer. This is what they consider their jumbo set. 2 tight end look with Morgan and Metz.
You can see Connor Jackson warming up on the sideline for a field goal. If it has to come to it, he's there.
Yeah, they are officially in field goal range, so at worst, it feels like they have a chance to tie it. Dorston kind of went backwards there. I'm sure Leone would have rather seen him run more north and south and just get to the yardage mark, considering it was 2nd and inches. That actually backs him up almost 1.5 yards, and now it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Luke, I know we keep talking about it, but I feel like that's the first time I've seen Dorston get negative yardage when it's a designed run for him.
I would give it to him again, right here.
Honestly, I would too.
Keep putting the ball in your playmakers' hands. I mean, Max Duckwall, the kid, has had a heck of a game. He's had a heck of a season. Who would have thought a freshman would end up being the #1 rusher for the, or not statistically because it's Dorston, but the #1 running back for the Warriors. I would just put it in my senior's hands and let Dorston get this one himself. They're going to do that. Dorston keeps it on the read option. He might get more than just the first down. Down to the 2-yard line is David Dorston.
Luke,
this kid just takes
we
over
just
the game.
can't say it enough. We
He's a
just can't
fourth-quarter
say it
player.
enough. What what is in the game plan in the first half that just falls apart and we resort to this every single time? How do we not get more Dorston incorporated runs in the first half of the game? I mean, look at this.
Saving the touchdown is actually a really nice play was Brandon Anderson. But not a single Wildcat looks like they want to meet David Dorston at the sticks.
You know, and I don't either, because that man, he is a force on the football field.
And what's even better about this drive is they keep getting to 3rd and 4th down, so the clock just keeps running. It's been a very long drive. Almost at the 3-minute mark, if the Warriors can score a touchdown, it won't leave Deer Park with too much.
Back to Dorston.
End zone, touchdown Warriors. Oh my gosh, Deer Park says they have the football.
No way.
Oh my. What's the call? We need a call.
Touchback. Wow. What a turn of events.
My goodness.
What happened there?
On the field is a fumble in the end zone.
That is one of the most crucial and unfortunate mistakes
I feel
seen.
like, I mean, we couldn't see it from our angle up here, but it looked like he got in fairly easily.
It totally looked like it was a touchdown
right
for
in.
Dorston.
Something must have happened where he ran into his own man because he was. Oh my
Look
goodness!
at the replay again here.
Goodness, excuse me.
Dorston dives in.
Oh, it was just a huge
A
hit.
helmet knocks the ball out. And the Wildcats will get it at their own 20.
I think it was Isaiah Alford. There he is, number 12 on your screen. It had to have been Alford. He has made so many big plays in the right time for their defense. He made a huge play on the 2-point try. He broke up a pass on 4th down. And now he turns the ball over.
Let's look at this again, Luke. Dorston slams into the helmet.
Was he across the goal line is the question here, though. I couldn't see it from that angle. I mean, we would need one from like the pylon angle, but that is very unfortunate.
Wow.
Oh, Marymount just keeps getting so close. Glassmeyer scored a touchdown. It gets called back. They pick up a 4th down.
Yep.
They get down to the 2-yard line, and Alford with an absolute dagger of a hit and fumble recovery.
Luke, like we've harped on this entire game, football can change in seconds. The Warriors looked like they were driving there, ready to score a touchdown, ready to go up in a huge homecoming game. And in one play, Deer Park gets the ball back with a chance to ice this game.
I think one first down could lead to a Wildcat spoiler party. They give it up the gut, and they pick up about 7. So I don't think you call a timeout here if you're Nick Leone, because they're probably going to pick up the first down after such a good pickup on first down.
You know, Luke, and this is where that wasted timeout, I don't want to say wasted, but that's where that timeout comes back to haunt you. We would have had 3 timeouts here, but only 2. That's a big difference on a drive like this.
Deer Park just going to take their...
And he's going to lose about 3 yards.
Timeout
Timeout Cardinals.
He stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Timeout.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14. Colerain uses their first timeout, 2 remaining.
Now, you talked about earlier the middies don't want to get too conservative. But in this case, do you risk an incompletion here? Or do you just run it and say
yes.
Cardinals haven't been able to move the ball?
If I'm Middletown middies, you've got the size advantage. He hasn't been real accurate on the long ball, but that seam route between the hashes in the middle, your linebackers are going to be coming, most likely looking for the run. Or at Middletown, do you just trust your defense? Colerain hasn't been able to move the ball in big chunks and just make them burn a timeout and just run the ball. And we've seen a kind of maybe an RPO. You roll that quarterback out. If he sees,
I mean, one of the most effective plays has been the quarterback. I don't read, but
and I wouldn't call it a scramble because he doesn't really move fast enough for a scramble, but he's fast enough.
But those zone read plays, except for one or two of them, he's gone. It just opens up and there's no one there for 10 yards. So,
if you don't expect him to run, is when he has made that big play.
All right, Cardinal fans and student section, it's 3rd down and 14. Let's get behind our defense.
3rd and 14 for the Middies. Closed formation, 2 receivers to either side in the gun. And they will throw. And complete for a first down and still going on his feet. Through the tackles, down inside the 20.
Yep.
First down, Middies, Chandler Shields.
Yep, there's that seam route I was warning you about. They just a little post pattern behind linebackers, in behind the safeties, and just a perfect strike thrown.
It'll be 1st and 10.
Down to the 11. Clock will roll.
And Colerain has really just got to sell out right here. You know Middletown does not have to score. You know they're running the ball.
If you're Middletown, though, a nice play action would be there.
A fade to the corner. But that stops the clock.
Schroeder had to make a man miss in the backfield, stretches out across the 5, close to the line of game.
Colerain's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Colerain.
Yeah, the running back does a great job. They've been running up the middle, and Colerain, there was nowhere to run. He bounces it outside, gets a little bit more than he thought he could get.
Timeout Cardinals, 2:12 left on the clock.
GMC by law and Colerain High School policy. Spectators are not permitted on the field at any time.
That ball is spotted, what, at the 1?
Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Just outside the 2, the ball is spotted. 2:12 left to play. Colerain Middletown looking to extend this 2-point lead. And one of the strangest games I've seen. The difference in score right now is the missed 2 extra points. But none of that matters if Middletown punches it in here.
They have 3 downs to get a yard.
2 yards.
2nd down.
It's like a yard and a half. Out of the gun, takes it, and he's going to lose about 3. Timeout Cardinals.
That'll be their last timeout, so really,
that's their 3rd.
Middletown could just take a couple knees right here. I don't think they run the clock out completely.
Yeah, it's an interesting debate, right? Because they can bleed more clock, and this is a total exception to Colerain Cardinals this year. One of their most effective plays all year has been blocked kicks. Do you not even risk that? Say, you know what, I'm more...
Middletown, if they get the 4th down, they're not going to have a field goal attempt.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost safer to say, make their offense drive.
Let them score?
No. It's almost safer for the Middletown to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, absolutely.
To say, it's more of a threat that you block the kick than your offense to drive 90+ yards.
Don't even put the kicker out there. You run all offensive plays and take a couple knees, and you just run the clock. You give the ball to Colerain. If you don't do anything, you're going to in less than a minute to go 95 yards.
The field goal does make the Cardinals have to score a touchdown. But again, you're making the Cardinal offense that struggled almost all night and almost all season go 90+ yards. So it's 3rd down and 5 for the Middies. Timeout, Middletown. So your Middies, if you're smart, you do some sort of a run play here. That's their second timeout, by the way, so they'll have 1 remaining. You'd run the ball, try to get the first down, try to get the touchdown. 4th down, you have whatever options you want to do. You throw the ball, run the ball, because it doesn't matter once you've snapped the ball. The clock's going to stop as soon as that play is over.
I tell you, if you're Middletown too, what would be kind of effective is like a counter jet sweep right here. You're running everybody right, and then you bring that one of your slot receivers back against the flow. And what that does, even if it's blown up, it eats a little bit more clock. But if you can get Colerain over-committing to the dive.
So timeout's over, 2:06 to play. Third down and 4.5 for the Middies. They need the 1 yard line for a first down, which would effectively ice the game. 5 for a touchdown, which would effectively ice the game. So big third down for the Middies. Davis takes it, hands it off Schroeder, bounces off the pile, can't stay on his feet, and he's down for no gain.
You know what? That's almost a good thing. He kind of got excited and saw the end zone, but what that will do is keep the clock running.
Here's the other thing. A missed field goal automatically gives the Cardinals an extra 15 yards.
Colerain's plug it up, and he tries to bounce outside. There are more Cardinals there. But they're going to be able to run this about a minute and 13 seconds left.
They're going to run the clock down all the way and then call timeout. So timeout, Middletown, 1:20 on the clock.
Middletown, that is their third and final timeout of the half.
So neither team with left a timeout.
And here's the thing. If you had that little cheat sheet that tells you what you're supposed to do in certain down and distance, it would tell you, Middletown, to go for it. But that cheat sheet doesn't account that the way this offense for Colerain has performed and the dominance, really, of the special teams.
I throw a fade to the corner.
The playbook's open. You don't have to worry about the clock stopping the clock. It's going to stop no matter what after this play.
Down, yeah.
If you get the first down, it stops, the change reset, and you can just take the knee this game out.
If you get that one-on-one, you got that wide open.
The playbook is
corner
at your disposal. Now, that flips it because that makes it that much more difficult on the Cardinal defense because up until now, you just had your head pinned back and you're going to go straight for the run. Now, you got to defend both.
Well, you're probably going to play man up on the wide receivers and just commit everybody else to the run.
I say it's probably the way it's been most of the year on big plays in the cut run. You go cover zero and bring everyone else.
No wide receivers on the field. They've gone with their jumbo package.
All right, fans, fourth down, big down here.
Watch out for that pass over the top, though, for this. Davis takes it, hands it off. And he's going to be close to a first down.
But there was a flag on the play. This might –
so
was it an illegal formation? Because it happened right away.
Here's an interesting conundrum. If he's short, you have it at the 2 yard line, right?
And it'd be first down for Colerain.
But do you not want the ball 2 yard line, give it another down, but you've also lost time on the clock?
You need the clock. Clock's your best friend.
Most importantly – So dead ball, false start. Middletown. Or illegal formation is probably what that call is.
Yeah, not enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
Cardinals stop them short of the line to gain. Turnover on downs. Cardinals will have no timeout. 1 minute, 15 seconds, and 98 yards to matriculate. Now, if you're the Cardinals, you do not need the full 98. A field goal does win you the game, but they have struggled.
It'd be good if they just got 70.
Yeah, they would struggle. They have those struggled.
Just 70 is all they need.
Struggled with the field goal operation.
But the only thing that's going to happen, though, I mean, if you're running, the clock's going to run, so Colerain is going to be throwing out of its end zone.
Yes.
Now, do you throw it short underneath to guys like Cheatham who can break it? But you got to think, we're not playing Oak Hills. We're playing a school with as many athletes as we have. So breaking the big one is going to be tough.
So first down, Cardinals from their own 2 yard line.
Satterwhite has been dangerous in the slot. He can take it. Jordan Robinson's your deep threat. Did I tell you, no safeties deep?
Yeah, and
Dead ball. Offside.
offsides on the Cardinals.
So that's going to give them they only
Now,
need 65
if you're the
yards
Cardinals,
for a field goal.
you complain they just lost 2 seconds. So
did 2 seconds run the clock?
2 seconds around the clock. It was 1:15. Jennings takes it, throws it out. Satterwhite takes it, keeps it on his beat, and then gets out of bounds.
And how about a late hit?
That's
close. It's one of those borderlines.
That'll be enough for a Cardinal first down. 1:08 still on the clock. You're right, though. There's no safety.
There's no safety. I'm looking.
Just
I'm looking at that same
run
seam
that
route.
same play, except instead of Satterwhite going out, he takes one step out and then back up.
Okay, they've got a safety back. Well.
Jennings takes it, looks, scrambles, throws it over top. Too tall for Rhodes.
Ooh, I tell you what, it's along the sidelines. If he completes that, he maybe gets about 10, 15 more yards, but that's not a bad decision right there.
I don't think he was thrown away. I just don't think he hit the receiver there. So second down.
This is some kind of obscure play.
Jennings takes it, rolls right, and he's going to keep it down the sidelines, out of bounds, first down.
That's a gutsy call right there, because if he doesn't get to the sideline.
I don't think that was the initial call. I think they just kind of read it, and there's no one over there. Although I was saying, if he stops and Cheatham keeps running, he's unguarded, because they all came up to get Jennings, but you don't want to risk that here. So Cardinals have moved the ball about 30 yards with only about 15, 20 seconds off the clock. 56 seconds. We're under a minute. Jennings takes the snap, looks to throw, scrambles, looks underneath, and just misses Cheatham.
Does stop the clock, 51 seconds.
We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Do you have a hook and lateral in way?
They've run that before. I don't know if this is the time for it yet, but it's never the time for it.
Yeah. They're kind of doubling up the outside receivers.
Jennings looks to his right. A little unsettled, scrambling now. Scramble drill looks downfield, not there. He's going to run to the sidelines. Stops the clock, and he'll be about 4 yards short of the line to gain.
The clock will stop at 43 seconds.
He was kind of rolling off to his right off that snap.
39-yard line.
Corey Myrick,
defensive end from the Middletown, and kind of forced him back his way.
Your defensive player, Corey Myrick, is in on offense. You're one of your star safeties. He's almost looking right immediately every time, not really looking anywhere else. He's got looking there, not there, finds a man underneath in the middle of the field. Corey Myrick has a Cardinal first down, and he keeps fighting for yards, and the Cardinal sidelines is like, go down, go down, go down.
Well, it looked like Middletown was almost holding him up.
44-yard line.
Cardinals quickly to the line, and they'll spike it with 29 seconds. Good play by Jennings to finally just settle down, find Myrick over the middle, and pick up the first down and into committee territory.
Middletown's safeties are pretty much covering the outside of the field, leaving that middle open, knowing that Colerain's got no timeout.
Yeah.
But if they can run that seam route a little bit deeper.
Honestly, though, you have enough time to just dink. If you can get that play, you have enough time right now if you can convert it. Second down. Jennings looks. Quick throw out, up to Robinson.
But he's inbounds, short of the first down. The referee drops the ball.
15 seconds on the clock. And spikes it with 10 seconds. Yeah, so you got 9 yards, but you lost 20 seconds.
If he gets one more yard on that, you're saving a little bit of time. It is 4th down, though, also.
So the Cardinals can't just throw it away. Jennings has to get the first down.
Now, do you run that quarterback to the right side again, scramble? I mean, he can throw it to the defense, but he's got enough time to get about, he only needs 1 yard.
You also have 10 seconds. So you don't have a lot of time.
Middletown laying off. There's time for...
Rolls right. Jennings is just going to take it and go straight out of bounds, it looks like. He's got
nope,
the first
but
down.
They're going to call a holding on that when he catches the edge right there.
Jennings runs ahead. Enough yardage for the first down, but there is a
They
penalty on the
did
board.
what they had to, but I believe they might have got that right tackle holding on that edge. Middletown defensive end complained for it, and I believe he got it. He called it right away.
Holding on the Cardinals.
Which is big because that is a spot foul.
Well, it's even bigger because at this point in 4 seconds, you're just going to a Hail Mary. I don't know if Jennings could probably throw it 35 yards in the air to the end zone. I don't know if he can throw it 45, 50 yards to the end zone.
Oh, the quarterback was already to the outside, and he just held that inside jersey just a split second. That's also one that could have been a no call. That's how close that holding call was. I'm not saying there wasn't a holding because there's honestly, there's holding on every play. But you're right.
But I think that's the bigger thing here is that I don't know if Jennings can make a 30. That
great replay there by Waycross. It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
Jennings takes it, throws it up. He's got a man deep.
He caught it.
Out of bounds.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Mulrain does get a chance to throw it into the end zone and does make the reception, but he is just out of bounds. How out of bounds were Jennings scrambles here on the replay and gets enough time, and he does get it to the... How did he get behind him? But he is just a half a yard out of bounds. A strange ending to a completely strange game.
Fantastic pass by Zay Jennings. Incredible catch. Incredible catch by Jordan Robinson.
Robinson just out of bounds, can't make the play, and so that's final here at Colerain High School. The Colerain Cardinals fall 20-18 to the Middletown Middies. So for everyone here at Waycross Media, thank you for watching Colerain football.